Hey, love. Hey, love bugs. What's up? I hope you're having a good morning, noon, night, whenever this video may reach you. Do your girl a favor and hit that subscribe button and click that notification bell so you could get that ding whenever I upload a new video. Today, we are going to be talking about some things that Donald Trump has already began to do, and he ain't even fully in office, child. Because he won't get in office until when? January, I believe, is when he officially is going to enter into the White House. But baby, so far he has already got a few things that he's working on, a couple things that he's undoing, child. And I'm not even mad at these things. And we're going to be talking about Jaguar Wright's son interview that Tasha K just recently put on her YouTube channel, and the things he said, child, it took me out. We're not going to play it over here because Tasha K be playing those copyright games and I ain't got the time for it. But baby, he went over there and said a mouthful. And then Jaguar called into Armand Wiggins' show. Shouts out to Armand Wiggins. We'll play a clip from there. Hopefully Armand don't strike me down, child. I don't got time for it. And she basically spoke her piece and said how she felt about the situation. And she said she's going to sue Tasha K. Tasha K, you know what's crazy? When I watched the interview, Tasha K said, because the son was saying the mother was going to go to hell, and Tasha K said, I'm going to hell with your mother. I said, oh, shoot. Like, what? What? He called Jaguar Wright a demonic prostitute, y'all. I said, what? He said that she was a liar. He said she was a scam artist. He said she was a cheat. He said she was everything but a child of God. And I'm just like, at the end of the day, nobody's perfect. I don't know the ins and outs of what their relationships dynamics were, but from what I saw, Jaguar loves her son from what I can see. Like I don't know. She loves him. Yes, is Jaguar a little unhinged and probably a little uncouth, and she got a lot of different things going on. Absolutely, but multiple things could be true at the same time. And I'm just trying to figure out what the hell did Jaguar do to her son for him to go over to the dark side like that, for him to go over to Tasha K. Like, what the hell? And let's keep in mind, her son is 22 years old. So, he can do whatever he wants. He's an adult officially. Jaguar maintains the fact that her son has Asperger's or the fact that her son has autism. Her son went over to Tasha K and said, I do not have autism. My mother basically has tried to weaponize the fact that I was mentally ill to probably get some benefits and to, just make it seem like he just was mentally ill. But I mean, I'm not even trying to be funny. I know that there are people that are like genius level and they have autism. Like we know people that are like Elon Musk is a little bit autistic-y. Like we just got to call a spade a spade. There's a lot of high functioning autistic people out there. So just because you may be a little autistic doesn't mean that you can't function in society or that you can't take care of yourself. Like a lot of us have mental issues. There's just so many things going on with people, period. And I just feel like at the end of the day, child, we all got some things that we could work out. All right. Did he? Oh, don't tell me Armand took that damn live down, child. Where is it? No. Oh no. I don't think it's up here. Did he take it down? I don't see it. Oh, me and Armand, what did you do? You took the video down? It's looking like he took it down, y'all. I don't see it. I don't see it up here. Hold up. Let me see. I don't see it, child. Or maybe he just like put it on a different platform. That sucks because I really looked forward to playing it for y'all, but I don't see it. Boom, 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 Dang, Armand, and I got you in the motherfucking thumbnail, and I can't even play the guy because you took the goddamn thing down. Child. I can't even be fully mad. I do want to play y'all at least a clip from it, so maybe we could. Let me see if I think they got a clip from it on the neighborhood talk because I really don't want to get a copyright strike, child. I do not got time for that. But it was crazy. And Jaguar just basically called Tasha K a liar and said Tasha K was mad because she had called CPS on her because Tasha K had the children in an unsafe environment. She claims that she had some little 3-year-old baby girl twerking, and how Tasha K said, oh, I'm just going to throw some cereal in the crib with my kid because he going to have to feed himself. He going to have to fend for himself. That's what the vibe was, y'all. It's a lot going on out here in these streets, child. And she said she was going to sue Tasha K for $1 million because Tasha K has been saying so many slanderous things about her that's just ultimately not true. And she's like, she keeps talking mad shit. Like, and she said she just had a conversation with her son and she doesn't understand why her son all of a sudden is acting like, you know, they have beef when she just spoke to him and everything was fine. But the son claimed that Jaguar Wright was stealing money from the grandmother. It was just a lot going on, y'all. And Jaguar Wright would just use people for her own advantage. He called her a succubus. He was saying a lot of crazy stuff. I was like, oh my God. Like, why is she talking about it? What is happening? Damn it. Like, you talking about your mama like that? I'm like, what did Jaguar do to this boy? What did she do? God damn it. Dang, this is on TikTok though, so maybe it won't be. Hey, what's up? I think he has 3 accounts. Who did he put it on? I think so, Vivian, because he was streaming on another platform when he was streaming it on YouTube. So I guess maybe he didn't upload it. I don't know, but we just gonna take a gamble and play it from TikTok. Because maybe since it's on TikTok and I'm not outright playing it from her YouTube channel, you get what I'm saying? Maybe that'll be a little different. Or we'll do this. I'll just play it and I won't show it, but I'm playing it on TikTok. You think it's on Twitch? I don't have Twitch, y'all. I don't even know what's on there. Yeah, I seen that, Alex. I saw that he was live on both places, but I don't have Twitch. I don't even know how to do it. Let me say what's up to you. Hey, Lasia. Hey, Rose. Hey, Kaylin. Hey, Autumn. Hey, Princess K. Hey, Marissa. Hey, God's Anointed. Hey, Find Your Free. Hey, Alex. Hey, Vivian. He was live on Twitter. Yeah, I don't know. So, because I wanted to play the conversation he had with Jag, but he don't got it up there, and I don't have Twitch. So we just gonna have to listen to this right now. Maybe I shouldn't show it because I ain't got time. Shouts out to Unwind with Tasha K on TikTok.
That captures everything that I view that my mother has become.
Okay.
I have a more quality version that I adapted into.
This is a demon.
That is a succubus.
And this is an angel.
Yes. To put it in visualization.
See, her music is playing. I don't have time for this. I don't have time. This is what we're going to do. I'm going to play it from my phone. I feel like that'll be like better. Like the audio. Hey, that interview was a mess. Jesse, it was a whole mess. When he said she was a demonic prostitute, I fell the fuck out. I was like, I know you fucking lying. And then he had drawings. And he was like, yes, this is how I see my mother. And it was a drawing of a demon. I said, oh my God. Like, what is happening? Like, he really don't like her. And I'm just trying to figure out, like, what happened? Like, what happened, child? What happened?
Now, you said your mama was a prostitute. Where'd you hear that from?
Originally, the prostitute line was something that I came up with myself because in 2023,
Okay.
in I believe February, This was in the time me and my mother were in contact with Miss Legina Gold at the time.
Okay.
At the south side.
The one who said that she's Aaliyah's daughter.
Yes.
She's Aaliyah or Kelly's daughter.
I do not know the full details on it myself, so I will not give my word on it. But to whomever she belongs to, it does not matter. She is another person. She's another person like me and like mother and everyone else.
True.
She admitted to us on that one particular day on the south side of Lamar in Dallas, the one apartment place with all the studios and right down the street from the Lot Pizza. She admitted to me from her own words of an instance of adultery that she committed while she was still married to my father.
Oh.
Before the divorce.
Oh. And what was that?
I do not know the person whom she was with at the time, and she did not say the date or the year when it happened.
Okay.
But she told me that she did it. Whether that was a boast or whatnot, I cannot say for certain, but I'm willing to bet that she has. And apparently, from what I've seen, having been dug up as of more recently, apparently she has prostituted herself multiple times in the past. I cannot confirm since I haven't heard the full details, but I have heard the word across the street. And I have even heard of an instance where my mother was live one time when she exposed her naked breast online for the internet to see. And that there was even an instance where my mother was naked underneath the moonlight. She were from Twilight.
Oh my God, that part took him saying she was naked underneath the moonlight like she was from Twilight took me the fuck out of town, okay? Because I was like, naked under the moonlight? What is going on here?
Could you imagine how disgusted I must have been inside at the time?
I can imagine you are to see your mama naked. See, people got to understand these kids are affected.
It's absolutely disgusting. From there, the belief was basically true. She was effectively a succubus.
What is that?
A succubus, a night demon whose only methods of survival is by draining the sexual energies of man, basically carnal desires. And they do not care whom it is with, for they can switch across their body to be whomever it is. Man, woman, anyone else in between, does not matter.
Now, you said your mama was a prostitute.
As they say, hate the sin, not the sinner.
Mm-hmm.
And over this year and a half, I realized all the wrongs that my mother has struck upon me and has tried to do with me. To an all-encompassing degree, she's attempted to use me as a pawn, a weapon and shield against those whom she hates, including her own family, for her own purposes, to manifest her ideal reality into real life. And that is to be the hit star that she never was. Or at least the hit star that she tried to be, but was stolen away from her when those in a higher position used her as a sacrifice.
As a sacrifice, shall.
What do you mean a sacrifice?
He said the root sacrificed her.
I heard this from a member of my family.
Okay.
An aunt who I keep in contact with, and I'm pretty sure you can connect the dots to who I'm talking about.
Okay.
Basically, my mother's career started in rap. She didn't see the light in it at the time.
All right.
And frankly, she was probably striking out in it too early, didn't see the confidence in it, and probably was seeing the confidence in it when artists like, say, Nicki Minaj got on board. So she broke into singing. And she was doing really well at it too. She had the angelical voice gifted by God himself. However, the group that she was with at the time, the Roots,
right?
The
dramatic music, Jesus.
But they also saw her as the perfect scapegoat to get away with whatever they were doing at the time. Whatever that was, I cannot say. I'm not in the situation myself. But they used her as a sacrificial lamb. And that blood spilt from the lamb is basically where all of that hatred stews.
Wait, she got another one up here on her TikTok.
I have the original drawing that captures everything that I view that my mother has become.
He gonna draw her as a
More
demon?
quality
I
version
cannot.
That I adapted into.
This is a demon.
That is a succubus.
And this is an angel.
Yes. To put it in visualization for everyone to articulate.
Okay.
That demon looks somewhat similar to a disheveled articulation of my mother. I had once believed that she was a good person infested by a hive of demons. In actuality,
A hive of demons.
she had
Oh my
converted
god.
into a full-on demoness when she was completely filled with love and not enough discipline.
A demoness. Oh my god.
Basically spoiled.
Yes, spoiled. Hence the narcissism.
What in a comic book is going on here?
Medically stated, but it is effectively true. This is egotism in its fullest form, mostly articulated from.
See, at this part is where she's playing her tag, and I don't need nobody trying to strike my video because they got me fucked up. So we're not gonna play the rest of that. But did any of you catch the interview on your own? Did any of you catch the interview? I'm sure some of you all caught the interview, and it was just a lot. Like, he basically was saying how, he had faced evictions with her, 3 evictions, and then he had 1 eviction with his father, and it's just crazy. Like, I really don't know. I'm so torn on all of this because I don't remember when she was running around with Nature Boy. I don't recall that, but I do recall the incident where she rubbed the ashes on her face. I do remember, when she was getting locked up a lot, and when she was in the airport, calling that man Paw. That shit took me out. We covered it. We reviewed it, and I was laughing my ass off. I cannot lie, because it was pure entertainment. But he also said that she would stage a coup just for entertainment. He said when they got evicted, y'all remember when they got evicted and all of their clothes was outside? Because I remember she was live. I was watching some of it. And they were saying that in order for them to get the U-Haul, she needed to have her ID. And she was like, my ID is in my purse, and she couldn't find it. And he said he was looking through her purse for hours. And he said that he was dehydrated and, hungry, and they hadn't eaten all day. And he was looking for hours and hours through a bunch of bags. And he said that it came out that she had hid her bag, and she basically had it somewhere so that he could be looking for it just for content purposes, like to just make it like more dramatic than what it needed to be. And he said he didn't like that. So he basically felt like she was using him and exploiting his image for content, and he didn't like it. And I'm just like, this is crazy. It just seems like a lot of unhealed trauma there. And I don't know. He had to have been manipulated to go on Tasha K's show, because his father is the one that Tasha K made the call to for him to go and sit down with her. And Tasha K kept saying, how old are you? Well, he is legally grown. He is legally grown. He's 22 years old. So you can't get mad. It's not like she's exploiting a minor. However, I don't think that he on his own actually was like, oh, let me go and sit down with Tasha K. Like, I feel like it was presented to him. And because of all of the things that transpired, and now his grandma had passed away, he probably feels like he has some things he wants to get off his chest. But once again, when Jaguar called into Armon Wiggins' show, she told him that she had just spoken to him with Odell, which is her new man, which shout out to him, because it seems like he got her on the right path and on the right track. And she said everything was fine. Like, we were arranging for him to come to the West Coast, to come and hang out with us, to come and meet Odell, like, in person. And so she basically said that she was confused. She don't know really what's going on and what's happening. Play low volume theme music on the video you're using as fair use to avoid your channel. I'm just not even gonna play the rest of it, because I ain't got no dang on time. But Jaguar was running around with one of Nature Boy's cult members, calling him I do remember some of that. I do. What was his name? I can't remember. He was lighter skinned, right? With like locks. And how her ex-husband tried to fight him on camera. Yes, I remember that. And they were like at a barbershop and that's when she started saying, the barbershop is selling drugs. I remember she was calling the police department saying that they was dealing drugs in the barbershop. I remember all of that. I just don't remember like before that, I guess. Like, I don't know what she was doing with the guy before that. before all of that happened. I wasn't really following it too much. Solar, yes, I remember her saying Solar. Yes, I remember Solar. I remember. Yes. And not your username being Claire Ashes. Lord Jesus Christ. King Tyson said, I could tell you why he clout chasing. So you think Jaguar Wright's son is clout chasing? Maybe he is. I mean, he did bring his drawings, and he is making it seem like he wants to like do a podcast or something. I don't know, but Tasha K was like, "Oh, I'm gonna have you back on here. I'm gonna make sure." Just a future recommendation. Okay, I got you. She kept going wild at police departments and getting arrested too much. It was a lot. It was too much. I remember it was absolutely team too much. But like I said, now I feel like she just needed to get rid of Gerald and Agumba, or whatever, her ex-husband. And I don't know if they legally divorced yet, but it seemed like the new guy that she's with has her, in the right state of mind, and he has her on the right path. Like Jaguar seems to be doing way leaps and bounds better than what she was doing when she was married to Goomba. Like Goomba dragged her down to the pits of hell, and I'm a firm believer that we all create our own realities and we are in control. However, I always tell you all, we are like plants. Who you align yourself with directly reflects your reality. It does, no matter which way you want to turn the key. Whatever type of man you laying down with is going to directly affect your reality as a woman. Whatever man you're aligned with, whatever woman is going to directly affect you. For clout, people tearing on their own families for the spotlight these days, she definitely seems better because, well, is that the son that she said was on the spectrum? Yes, Sabrina. What if they are in cahoots with Jaguar? I don't think Tasha K is in cahoots with Jaguar. I just don't. I don't see that. But Jaguar was like, what type of son is going to turn on their mother like that? She said she going to sue the son too. I said, oh, shit. They got it going on over there. But I guess we just going to have to see how it goes. Like, and then Jaguar was like, Tasha K had that funky ass interview for 90 days. While all of a sudden she decided to put it on her YouTube channel, and she only had 4,000 people watching in the chat. And so, she's trying to get some traction, but it didn't work. It didn't do what she wanted it to do. And I'm like, okay, let's see how many views it got so far. I'm not going to play it at all, but we could just go over there and take a look. Let's see. We definitely not going to play it, but let's just see. So Jaguar writes, my mother is a prostitute. Full interview. So it got 128,000 views. Is that on par with her other videos? 129, that was 9 days ago. 194, 2 weeks ago. 10 days ago. Oh, I popped up. Oh, because I got her name in the title. Okay. I'm like, how come I popped up? What's going on? But it got a lot of views in a day. It definitely did rack up the views. It definitely racked up the views, y'all. So what do you all think about this? Before the Solar thing is Jag was getting arrested at the airports and the police stations for going off on them on live. Love Jones, do you remember when Jaguar was running around with that lady claiming to be Aaliyah's daughter? Yes, we did a lot of content on it. I reviewed it, Legina Gold. I absolutely do remember. I do. And I remember Tokyo Tony interviewing Sam and Legina Gold at the same time, and that was awkward and weird as hell. I do remember. I absolutely remember. The whole thing is batshit crazy. Like, I really don't know what to make of all of this. I'm just trying to figure out why Sam decided to do that interview. Like, why did he decide to do that interview? Especially if Jaguar said they were fine the last time they spoke. They hadn't been estranged from each other. There's no new developments and anything that may have happened between the two of them. So I'm just trying to figure it out. Like, why did he do that? Like, I don't know. She said she was going to go and talk about it on her Patreon, but I'm not on her Patreon, so we won't know. And I had intentions on playing you all her and Armand Wiggins conversation, but he don't got it on his motherfucking channel. Armand, what the fuck? Did her mom really pass? That's what it's seeming like. It's seeming like her mom did really pass. Yes. That's what it seems like. So now I want to get into this, child. Okay. We need to get into what's going on with with Donald Trump, child. Well, here goes Kamala. She's smiling and playing with her nieces, which is really cute. Mina, back to where it all began only a few months ago. My eternal gratitude to everyone who showed up. We love her so much. Aw. She got her hair up. I hear that. She like, let's release a photo of you with the nieces, chilling, with the hair up, some leggings. My girl looks stress-free. She threw that hair in a ponytail, put on a hoodie, threw some greens in the tub, and said, y'all can have this ish. It's the greens in the tub for me, child. No, but what really got me is this. Excuse me. I got to go to my save videos, child, because this really took me out. This took me the fuck out. So this is
vouchers to migrants to pay for food, ending a controversial program that had repeatedly come under attack by conservatives and others.
This pilot program in New York City, drenched in both humanity and controversy, distributed debit cards to migrant families staying in city-funded hotels and allowing them to buy their own food. Eyewitness News reporter Josh Onier following the breaking news for us. Josh?
Bill, it's a program that, as you say, generated plenty of controversy, but now its absence may raise even more questions. The so-called Immediate Response Cards pilot program was designed to help feed migrant families who'd found themselves in New York with no way to afford food. The one-year contract provided what the city described as culturally relevant food to 2,600 migrant families, allowing them to basically buy what they wanted. A family of four with two kids under 5 got about $350 per week to cover food and a.
I'm sorry, and respectfully, if anybody's an illegal immigrant in my chat right now, I think that you should leave, because this is some fuckery. I don't give a fuck how anybody feels. You could call me whatever you want. Bitch, why in the fuck are they giving people that came here illegally $350 a week to feed and support themselves when there are people that have been pouring their fucking blood, sweat, and tears into this fucking country and into this motherfucking economy since they've been able to fucking work? I've been working on the books since I was fucking 16 years old. What in the fuck do you mean these people were able to get $350 a fucking week? Do you know how many American citizens cannot afford to buy food? Do you know how many Americans are sleeping on the fucking street? They were housed in luxury hotels. I've seen them. I'm from New York. I'm from Brooklyn. New York City is an asylum state. Do you know how many homeless Americans are in fucking New York City right now? Are you fucking kidding me? Sleeping in the fucking subway on the train with no resources and nowhere to go. I don't give a fuck. This could sound insensitive. Y'all could feel however the fuck y'all want. Veterans, exactly, on the fucking streets. No health care. No fucking medical coverage. Fucking hungry. It is so expensive to go grocery shopping. And you mean to fucking tell me that y'all was giving these people $350 a week? Where was the money coming from? How about my fucking ancestors that literally built this motherfucking country, bitch? Y'all can't afford, y'all can't you can't even pay us the fuck back for the literal back-breaking work that we fucking poured into this country. Melanin-rich women are leading in the fucking workforce. And you mean to tell me that you are giving people that came here illegally $350? This was what the fuck was going on. That's why so many people didn't fucking vote for Kamala. You could be mad all you want, bitch. I'm independent. I ain't for not in their party, but bitch, I am an American motherfucking citizen, ho. And this shit enraged me. First of all, I've already seen a lot of the buildings and things that they were building that was strictly for the illegals. I've seen them shutting down public schools so that they could house these people. I've seen them taking over hotels. I witnessed it. I've seen videos of them in economy class being flown state to state. This shit is out fucking rageous. I'm sorry. $350? Bitch. Even if I had a motherfucking Lux card, I call EBT Lux card, I wouldn't have been getting no $350 each week. If you got an EBT card, bitch, you getting at least less than $300 a month. And they just, where they got the money to just give them $350? They got me fucked up. They got me all the way fucked up, bitch. I don't give a fuck. This made me upset, okay?
Program the city said would actually save taxpayers millions a year. It also reduced food waste. You may remember the food the city had been providing in migrant shelters was seen as not culturally sensitive to the needs of some migrant groups. And
what? And you mean to tell me they was giving them food and they said it wasn't culturally sensitive? So these motherfuckers really has been getting catered to. This got to be a joke. Is this where is Ashton Kutcher? Because this has to be a motherfucking prank, bitch. I know you fucking lying.
it ended up just going to waste. For more than a year, the city was groaning under the weight of more than 200,000 asylum seekers. Officials say the migrant population has actually reduced lately. In fact, a massive shelter on Roosevelt Island is in the process of closing. In the meantime, Mayor Adams spoke on the phone yesterday with President-elect Donald Trump, who had vowed during his campaign to mass deport migrants. Aside from congratulating him on his win, though, Adams today would not say what they discussed.
The city will no longer issue vouchers to migrants to pay for food, ending a controversial program that had repeatedly come under attack by conservatives and others.
This pilot program in New York City, drenched in both humanity and controversy, distributed debit cards to migrant families staying in city-funded hotels and allowing them to buy their own food. Eyewitness News reporter Josh Onier following the breaking news for us. Josh?
Bill, it's a program that, as you say, generated plenty of controversy, but now its absence may raise even more questions. The so-called Immediate Response Cards pilot program was designed to help feed migrant families who'd found themselves in New York with no way to afford food. The one-year contract provided what the city described as culturally relevant food to 2,600 migrant families, allowing them to basically buy what they wanted. A family of four with two kids under 5 got about $350 per week to cover food in a program the city said would actually save taxpayers millions a year. It also reduced food waste. You may remember the food the city had been providing in migrant shelters was seen as not culturally sensitive to the needs of some migrant groups, and it ended up just going to waste. For more than a year, the city was groaning under the weight of more than 200,000 asylum seekers. Officials say the migrant population has actually reduced lately. In fact, a massive shelter on Roosevelt Island is in the process of closing.
I had to play it again without interrupting because I know I just went the fuck off, and I don't give a fuck, bitch. Like I said, if you are an illegal immigrant and I offended you in any way, then this ain't the show for you right now. I'm not trying to be insensitive to anybody, but this is absolutely fucking insane. They were getting $350, and notice I've never seen anything. I've never seen any news coverage on exactly the type of benefits these people were receiving outside of the people that I've seen protesting, like downtown Brooklyn, or just, me watching buildings being built from the ground up, looking like luxury apartment buildings for migrants. I've never heard them say exactly how much money they was giving these people. What? Neighbors, New York City has decided to stop giving food vouchers to migrants who are staying in city-funded hotels. This decision ends a program that has faced criticism from some groups. The program started last year and gave prepaid debit cards to migrant families, allowing them to buy their own food. The city said it was cheaper than buying and delivering box meals, which some migrants didn't want to eat. And they actually got a choice whether or not what the fuck they wanted to eat. If you go to a soup kitchen, if you are home, I volunteered at organizations that helped to feed, house and clothe homeless people. You don't get a choice what the fuck you eat. I've packed sandwiches, cookies, a juice, and a piece of fruit, an apple, a fucking orange. You don't get to choose. I've worked with organizations for Thanksgiving. They were just happy to get food because they didn't have anything to eat. How the fuck these people talking about, I don't want to eat that, so they wasting the food and they catering to... You got to be motherfucking kidding me, bitch. You gotta be kidding. Over the past few months, the program has given out $3.2 million in debit cards. Yet they can't give, when you talk about reparations, everybody's dumb, deaf, blind, and mute. but they found $3.2 million to give illegal immigrants. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? And that's in New York City alone, bitch. We not talking about what's going on all over the goddamn country. Y'all got to be motherfucking kidding me, bitch. What? Chicago has $1 billion deficit because they cater to them. This shit is out fucking rageous. And now people are crying saying Donald Trump is deporting illegals. You know what? If it's oh shit. Because I feel like I'm not being politically correct right now. I'm not saying what people want me to say, I guess, but this shit is out of fucking control. Like, what? Like, are you kidding me? Hello? $302 million in Beretta. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Are you kidding me? This is crazy. I'm trying. But this is crazy. Like, you cannot be... Legal immigrants are appreciative of our citizenship. And look, I have no qualm with you being a legal immigrant and actually, you know, being a part of the economy, like being a part of the workforce. Do you, boo? But the fact that these people have been receiving so many fucking benefits where there's so many Americans that literally are robbing Peter to fucking pay Paul in order to be able to feed their children. There's moms right now that has to decide whether or not she's going to buy groceries or pay her fucking light bill, or whether or not she's going to get her kids some new sneakers for gym or pay for that basketball uniform or, you know, whatever, versus paying the fucking utility bills. And they're just willingly fined $300 million to give illegal immigrants. This is fucking out. This is atrocious, bitch. I'm sorry, they need to go. No disrespect to them, though. Hello? And then the fact that these motherfuckers is picky. Talking about the food is culturally insensitive. Are you fucking kidding me? With all of the food deserts all around this fucking country, there's people in certain states in the Midwest that has no fucking access to fresh fruits and vegetables. Everything they're eating is in a fucking box or in a bag because they live in the food deserts. Yet people that come over here that hasn't poured into the country or into the economy in any type of fucking way is picky with what they're going to fucking eat. Bitch, are you kidding? Like I said, I volunteered and I fed the homeless. They ate whatever we had, whatever was available, whatever we made for them. I've walked around giving out bags of food to people that were homeless and they were just so fucking grateful to get a sandwich and a fucking apple. Are you kidding me? This is out fucking rageous. They were wasting food. So to stop wasting food on picky ass fucking illegals, they decided to give them $350 a fucking week. Bitch. 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 What? This that shit that makes me ooh. 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 Girl. The entitlement is fucking insane, Chantel. Like, I can't, like, you can't make the, and notice, and I've said, I've never heard a dollar amount. We are only hearing the dollar amount because Donald J. Trump is trying to send these people back home. That is the only reason why. Have you all ever heard exactly how much they was getting? I never heard this before. Did y'all ever hear exactly how much they were receiving in benefits? This is my first time ever hearing exactly how much they were receiving in benefits. I've never, ever heard this before. I've never heard this. And free housing. Free housing. Free housing. Free shelter. And $350 a week. I've never heard exactly the dollar amount. And this is fucking outrageous. Because even if you are qualified to get EBT, you are still going to get less than $300 a month as an American citizen. No, this, you know, this wasn't under no damn Trump administration, girl. You know good and goddamn well that was the Biden-Harris administration, chair. I once lived in a homeless shelter and had to fight my ass off for fruits and veggies that weren't canned. They served us slop and just horrid food. You see that? Now, did you get to choose, Amberella? Did you get to fucking choose? Did you get to choose? Did you get to say, I don't want this. It's culturally insensitive to fucking feed me slop? Like, what the fuck are we doing here? I know single mothers that could benefit greatly off of $350 a fucking week to take care of their children. And then this is the fucking kicker. Because someone came into the chat, because I was like, what we were talking, I'm like, what exactly was what did the Biden-Harris administration, what did they do for you specifically? They're like, oh, they gave us like a tax break, and they gave us, you know, we qualify for extra grants for housing. I'm like, these are things that have always been into play. I don't think that it was just only exclusive to Joe Biden and Harris. But on the flip side, the fucking illegal immigrants benefited greatly off of that fucking administration. What? Do you know that amount of money, it may seem small, but that could literally change someone's life. That could help someone pay off debt. That could help someone, once again, not have to decide between whether or not they're going to buy groceries or pay the utility bills, or, you know, try to ask for an extension on a bill, or like that could help American citizens, American families greatly to receive $350 a month would help American families to be able to pay some bills. This is some bullshit. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No. I'm sorry. Nah. I wish I had that. Hello. It was a sarcastic. I kind of figured it was. But this is out fucking outrageous. I'm sorry. This is outrageous. And people, and this is what people were voting for, you guys. Like, I know, you know, we're just so stuck and so hell-bent on the fact that our reproductive rights and our rights as women were being, you know, taken away. And I had to keep telling y'all, it already happened. Like, it already is in the hands of whatever state you live in. Whatever laws those states pass as far as terminations go, it already happened, you guys. It already exists. We're actively living in it. Trump ain't gonna come and do nothing the fuck else as far as you being able to get a termination. It is solely based on the state that you live in. And this is why you need to put feet to pavement and work with the city officials where you live. The laws regarding your reproductive rights as a woman differs from state to state. I know that it's hard for you all to grasp, but this has happened while Joe Biden was president. Okay, baby, girls, ladies, it is already in full effect. Please understand. Whatever state you live in, there's maybe a different set of laws surrounding whether or not you can get a termination. It is already, we are living in it right now. We've been living in it for a couple of years now. My friend in Texas, 2 years ago, she couldn't get a termination. She had to fly out to California. Like, it is already happening. We are living in it right now. So please, 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 just put your thinking cap on. Fear mongering is a big fucking deal. If I had to choose, I would choose somebody that was going to fucking cut these programs and like try to work more with actual American citizens, because this makes me feel enraged, especially as a quote unquote Black American woman. This enrages me. I'm not gonna even fucking lie to you. This has me enraged. Plus, your reproductive rights should not override much bigger rights that the Democrats have been slowly taking away from you. And that is another thing that I've spoken about, and this is what we're about to get into right now.
The left-wing gender insanity being pushed on our children is an act of child abuse. Very simple. Here's my plan to stop the chemical, physical, and emotional mutilation of our youth. On day one, I will revoke Joe Biden's cruel policies on so-called gender-affirming care. Ridiculous. I will sign a new executive order instructing every federal agency to cease all programs that promote the concept of sex and gender transition at any age. I will then ask Congress to permanently stop federal taxpayer dollars from being used to promote or pay for these procedures and pass a law prohibiting child sexual mutilation in all 50 states. It'll go very quickly. Furthermore, I will support the creation of a private right of action for victims to sue doctors who have unforgivably performed these procedures on minor children. The Department of Justice will investigate Big Pharma and the big hospital networks to determine whether they have deliberately covered up horrific long-term side effects of sex transitions in order to get rich at the expense of vulnerable patients, in this case, very vulnerable. I will ask Congress to pass a bill establishing that the only genders recognized by the United States government are male and female, and they are assigned at birth. Under my leadership, this madness will end. Thank you very much.
I agree. I'm
The left-wing a bill establishing that the only genders recognized by the United States government are male and female, and they are assigned at birth. Under my leadership, this madness will end. Thank you very much.
Okay, guys, now this is my other point that I was going to get into as far as infringing on women's rights, and we spoke about this. I've spoke about this on this channel multiple times. Before any election, before Trump was running again, I don't like the fact that people born with XY chromosomes were able to compete with people that were born with XX chromosomes. I don't like, nor am I okay, nor am I for the idea of a man that feels on the inside like he's a woman. First of all, you're an adult. You can do whatever the fuck you want to do. Live your life. Coming into the bathroom. Have you ever been into a bathroom? The bathrooms have slits in them where you can see inside and you can see the person squatting. It is very, very invasive the way that a lot of these public restrooms are created. I don't even know who came up with that. Like, why didn't y'all seal it off to where you cannot see somebody in the fucking bathroom? I have been in the bathroom with trans women multiple times, and I didn't like it. It was very uncomfortable. I had to hurry up and scurry up out because I'm like, this is very awkward. And I'm not talking about people that really, really did the work to fully transition, that got the reassignment surgery, people that literally feminized their faces. And I'm talking about the ones that I saw looked like a fucking man with a wig on. I just got to be honest. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, this is so uncomfortable. Like, let me get the fuck out of here. Let me get the fuck on. I've seen a video of a woman in a locker room, in a gym locker room with a trans woman that looked exactly still like a man. Literally scrubble on the face. It was like, oh, I'm a woman. But like literally blow drying his hair, their hair in the women's locker room at a gym. People have literally lost their gym memberships because women, biological women, refuse to be in locker rooms with biological born men. I am not saying that this is always the case. However, there are biological men who have absolutely weaponized the fact that they can put on a wig and say, hey, I'm a woman today, and go into women's private and intimate spaces. There has been a case where a biological man that still had a penis, his genitalia was still that of a biological man, but he decided that he felt like a woman and he wanted to identify as a woman. He went into a wax parlor and the woman refused to wax his genitalia because it was a penis. And she said, I don't wax men. I don't wax men with a penis. And he sued her and fucking won and got that lady's business shut down because she did not want to touch nor handle his penis. These are the types of fucking situations that biological women face that literally I'm afraid. There's a reason why we have been separated as the sexes. There's a reason why. Because women have been getting raped, abused, harassed, stalked. A lot of things have happened when women and men were allowed to cohabitate in the same intimate spaces. There was a case, let me see if I can find it, because I'm just talking and I feel like y'all actually need to see, because people are so fucking delusional that somebody said, oh, that never happens. I worked in 2 jails and trans women can't go into a woman's jail. I said, no, there was a case where a trans woman went into a woman's jail, still had a penis and impregnated multiple inmates and also raped some inmates. Let me see if I can pull it up. Like, this is, so I agree. I don't care. If you're mad, then get the fuck on, bitch. And I understand we're all entitled to our opinions and our feelings. If you are an adult, I feel like you can live your life however the fuck you want. If you want to be a cat, bitch, meow. But do not make me feed into your delusions, and do not burn me at the fucking stake and make it seem like I am an abomination to the human race if I misgender or mispronoun you. You clearly look like a fucking man. I think it is so, it's just not okay that we all have to just switch around our vernacular, the way we classify ourselves, how we literally see people in order to suit such a small population of the fucking society. You look like a man. If I say, sir, I don't think that you should demonize me for that. I am going by what I see. I'm using one of my 5 senses to interpret what I see you to be. Now, if you want to correct me, okay, but you cannot go around victimizing yourself and making it seem like everybody is a phobia of this and a phobia of that. You look like a man, bitch. I'm not a phobic. I'm not. Look, there, all of those things were, that does not compute to me either when it comes to identifying a singular person. Now, we've all tried, we've all been trying, but it is hard to just switch up the way you learned, how to identify singular people in school, and to just switch up what you call somebody when you're used to, it's just so fucking utterly confusing. And for everybody to be demonized for it is not okay. And leave the fucking kids alone. Leave the kids alone. If you cannot gamble, if you cannot buy a funky ass pack of cigarettes, bitch, you can't even buy a scratch off until you're 18. What in the fuck? How on earth are you able to say I'm a man, I'm a woman? How, bitch? You barely know how to wipe your ass as a little kid. You still got doodle stains in your drawers. Your mama still got to wipe your ass. A little girl, your mama is still teaching you how to wipe from fucking front to back. How in the hell are you able to make such a life-altering fucking decision? I don't. Once you're an adult, hey, do whatever you want to be. You want to be cat dog, be cat dog. But children are so impressionable. Children are easily manipulated. I wanted to be a fucking mermaid when I was a little kid. I loved Beauty and the Beast. Beauty and the Beast was one of my favorite Disney movies. I would watch it all the time. But then I was just so like enamored. Like I loved her mermaid tail. Like that was just so beautiful to me. Now, was my mother supposed to let me run off into the woods and go live in a big house with a man that looked like a beast because I wanted to be Belle? Or was she supposed to put me in a tub of water and just let me float around all day and night until I ultimately couldn't breathe anymore because I ain't a fucking fish? Then at one point I wanted to be a boy and climb trees and run with the boys. Was my mother supposed to say, oh, she's tomboy? I think that means she wants to be a guy for the rest of her life. We should put her on hormone blockers right now at 7 years old. Could you imagine if our parents played into our fucking delusions, or if they encouraged certain types of behaviors when we were children? Kids barely know how to, their left from their right. I literally used to have to put up my right hand or act like I was writing something to know my left from my right for a long ass fucking time. Bitch, I still feel like I don't know. Like, and you mean to tell me children can make life-altering decisions, but they can't buy a scratch-off? They can't take out a loan because those are permanent things. But mutilating your body, sterilizing yourself. Child. Oh, here we go. Look, a New Jersey trans prisoner who impregnated 2 inmates transferred to male facility. Let me share this. Because they swear that this doesn't happen and that it's a lie. We're all reaching. New Jersey trans prisoner who impregnated, this is in 2022, 2 inmates transferred to men's facility. And this is not the only case. A transgender inmate has been transferred out of the only women's prison in New Jersey after impregnating 2 female inmates. Dem0nic, 27, has been moved to the vulnerable housing unit at the Garden State Youth Correctional Facility, a prison for young adults ages 18 to 30. According to Dan Pr0stitute, a New Jersey Department of Corrections spokesman, Pr0stitute confirmed there are 3 trans women housed in the youth facility's vulnerable housing unit, though the prison's general population only houses men. Minors are removed from the Dem0nic Correctional Facility for Women come just a year after the state reached a settlement with the American Civil Liberties Unions of New Jersey to house transgender inmates according to their gender identity instead of their sex assigned at birth. The facility currently houses 27 transgender inmates, NJ Advanced Media reported. Pr0stitute said decisions related to the incarcerated person's housing are made within the parameters of the settlement agreement, which requires consideration of gender identity in the health and safety of the individual. The ACLU of New Jersey did not provide a response to the NBC News request for comment regarding Minor's prison transfer. Minor who is serving a 30-year prison sentence for manslaughter. 30 fucking years. He still had a penis, was able to go and freak off with women. Y'all think men won't exploit this? You got to be fucking kidding me. 30 years and you get to say, I'm a woman now. Put me with the ladies so I can spend my 30 years getting some coochie. He added that even consensual sex between inmates is prohibited in the state. Last year, 2 inmates at Dem0nic filed a lawsuit challenging the state policy and practice for housing some pre-gender confirmation surgery transgender women, adding that it violates their constitutional rights. Hello? In a letter from Minor posted to the blog Justice for Demi, which often publishes videos and letters from her, she described her removal from Dem0nic as punishment for having sex with 2 women. As a woman who is transgender, I truly fear what lies ahead for me. It's clear that staff have looked for some kind of security reason to kick me out of the only female correctional facility. Sir, what does manslaughter mean? That means you unalive somebody, right? They voted for him mostly for their own benefits. They already got who they wanted from the liberal NWO agenda, so now they want Trump to secure their future. It's very much predatory behavior pushing this agenda on innocent children. A large number of gay men voted for Trump, so they are in agreement with him too. I've been warning people about this for 2 decades. No one took it seriously. The only ones who agreed were religious fanatics. Why can't people have morals and ethics in common without religion? It's like this election woke me up to what the Democratic Party was doing. Watch him win a settlement now. This is fucking utterly ridiculous, y'all. Like, I'm sorry. It's ridiculous. This happened. Oh, he a psychopath? Child. Let me see if I'm gonna see if I can find a video of the man in the women's locker room. Everybody double tap the screen. I hope y'all getting them likes popping so we can get up in the algorithm. This is very sensitive things that I'm talking about today with you all, but hey, somebody got to say it. Everybody double tap the screen and subscribe to the channel if you are not already subscribed. Let me see if we can find it. Like literally boys that have been like saying that they were trans were in high school, you know, like in the locker rooms with girls with hard-ons. Like, come on now. Wait. Let's see. All right, I'm just gonna share the TikTok screen and we'll go through some and see if we could come across the one in particular that I was talking about. This Ted Cruz does not let up on nominee over issue of trans women changing in female locker rooms. Let's see what this says.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just weeks before the election, the Biden administration is trying to ram through yet 6 more federal judges without adequate vetting from this committee. There are 6 witnesses on this committee. Each senator is given 5 minutes of questioning. That counts up to 50 seconds per judge. They're doing this because the record of these judges cannot withstand scrutiny. I'm going to limit my questioning just to a couple because that's exactly what the Democrats want, is no scrutiny of radical judicial nominees. I'm going to start with Judge Brindisi. Judge Brindisi, should biological men be able to expose themselves to unwilling women, including underage girls?
Senator, that's not a view I share.
So your answer is no.
Senator, I want to be somewhat careful because there are a number of cases that are working.
Is your answer yes? You said that's not a view you share.
It's not.
Then why, just a moment ago, Senator Blackburn was asking you about, as a congressman, you were a congressman from 2019 to 2021.
That's correct.
You were original co-sponsor of and you voted for an Orwellian named extreme piece of Democrat legislation called the Equality Act. The Equality Act mandated that biological men could play in women's sports, could go to women's bathrooms, could go to women's locker room. The women were not asked. The women were not asked if biological men could go into their locker rooms and disrobe with them.
Hello. I might not agree with this, period.
You sponsored it and voted for it. You just said a minute ago you didn't agree with men exposing themselves to unwilling women. If you didn't agree with that, why did you sponsor and vote for legislation that would mandate that women be victimized like that?
Senator, it's been a number of years since I sponsored that legislation, and I do understand
it's been 4 years.
There is.
It's been 4 years.
I understand, Senator. For the last 2 years, I have been serving.
I'm not asking about the last 2 years. You were a member of Congress. You sponsored it and voted for it. Why did you believe women and girls don't have a right to be free from harassment, to be free from biological men disrobing in front of them without the women or girls having any right to say anything about it or to protest anything about it? Why did you vote for that?
Senator, my recollection of the legislation is that it would prevent discrimination based on gender.
Your recollection is contrary to the explicit text of the statute. Are you fond of ignoring the text of statutes?
Senator, as a sitting judge now, and if I'm fortunate to be confirmed as a district court judge, I will follow statutory.
So but you didn't when you were a congressman. You sponsored it, you voted for it, and by the way, to be clear, for some reason under Joe Biden, the state of New York really is getting hammered with judicial nominees. Another judicial nominee for New York was Judge Sarah Netburn, who on a similar issue ruled she had a serial rapist in front of her, a 6'2" man who was a serial rapist who decided to identify as a woman, and Judge Netburn ordered that 6'2" man to be incarcerated with women.
See?
Do you think the women in women's prisons have any right, and in particular a right not to be incarcerated, not to have a cellmate who is a 6'2" serial rapist?
This is my point. This is what the Dems have been doing and signing into legislation. So women's rights have been infringed on. Like, this scares me more than not being able to terminate a baby after 6 weeks. I just can't fucking lie to y'all. Or the fact that I might have to travel state lines to do it. I can't lie. I can't. On both sides, we really ain't getting a fair deal.
Rapist?
Senator, I can assure you, if I become a district court judge, that I will follow.
But my question is, do those women have any rights not to be incarcerated with a 6'2" biologically male serial rapist?
Senator, I think every person has the right to feel safe, and I can tell you.
Then why did you sponsor and vote for legislation that did not protect that right and violated that right?
Senator, that was a time when I was a policymaker, and I do understand that there.
Okay, so those are your policy views. By the way, So do you have any regrets for sponsoring the Equality Act? You said apparently you didn't read the statute. You didn't know what it said. Do you have any regrets for sponsoring legislation that would force girls and women to be subjected to harassment from naked biological men? Do you have any regrets for that?
Senator, during my time being a legislator in the House of Representatives,
That's a yes or no.
I sponsored thousands of pieces of.
Okay, so you have no regrets about that. All right. In the remaining minute, I'm going to shift to Mr.
Senator Cruz.
Thank you, Mr.
I just wanted to say I just came out of Planet Fitness, and there is a man shaving in a women's bathroom.
Planet Fitness have doubled down on their decision to ban a member who took a picture of a trans woman shaving before confronting them about their presence in the gym's locker room. A member of one of the Alaska gyms, Patricia Silva, shared a picture online of a trans woman shaving in a locker room, invading their privacy while they were in a vulnerable position. Silva recounted the story to friends in a Facebook video, saying,
I realize he wants to be a woman. He gets to be a woman. I love him in Christ. He's a spiritual being having a human experience, so he wants to be a woman. But I'm not comfortable with him shaving in my bathroom.
When Silva claims she confronted them about their rights to use the women's changing rooms, she continued,
Well, I was offended. I took a picture of him and I asked him, why are you there? You're a man with a penis. Why are you in the women's locker room?
Planet Fitness's statement reads, our gender identity non-discrimination policy states that members and guests may use the gym facilities that best align with their sincere, self-reported gender identity. The member who posted on social media violated our mobile device policy that prohibits taking photos of individuals in the locker room, which resulted in their membership being terminated. Silva shared her dismay towards Planet Fitness's response.
This morning I got canceled. Planet Fitness is defending the man in the women's locker room, the man with the penis, rather than the child sitting in the corner with a towel wrapped around her. It's rather disturbing.
The Planet Fitness operations manual is making the rounds on X. It addresses the uncomfortability some members might experience sharing facilities with transgender members. This isn't the first time Planet Fitness have taken a no-nonsense approach to the harassment of trans people in their gyms. In 2019, a man threatened to kill a transgender woman using the women's changing rooms at a Planet Fitness in New Hampshire. The woman took out an injunction against him, which banned him from contacting or even coming within 250 feet of her, as well as entering the fitness facility. The policy statement added that staff should work with employees and members to address this discomfort and to foster a climate of understanding.
I just want
Trans swimmer Leah Thomas dropped her pants and exposed her male genitalia in a women's locker room after a meet, claims University of Kentucky athlete Riley Gaines. Riley claimed female swimmers were not forewarned beforehand that we would be sharing a locker room with Leah. In that locker room, we turned around and there's a 6 feet 4 inches biological man dropping his pants. We were exposed to male genitalia, she said. Gaines is asking the NCAA for separate locker rooms for transgender athletes. Trans swimmer Leah Thomas dropped her pants and exposed.
Me entering the girl. Look at this. Proudly being a trans woman because I belong here. Like, what the fuck? Yo.
As I was showering after my workout, I saw a naked male in the women's locker room. I immediately went back into the shower, terrified, and hid behind their flimsy excuse for a curtain until he was gone. I ran into a bathroom stall to change as quickly as I could, organizing my thoughts to share with the people at the front desk. As I did so, I could only think of my 5-year-old sister, who I bring to this gym during the summer to enjoy their water slides. This is the YMCA, where hundreds of children spend their summer afternoons in childcare camps. This is the YMCA where my little sister took gymnastics lessons. The locker room was supposed to be her safe haven to gossip with her friends and shower and change. When I asked the YMCA management what their policy was regarding transgenders, they confirmed that the man that I saw was indeed allowed to shower wherever he pleased. As long as you are not a red flag on Megan's Law, the California Sex Offender Registry, a grown male can shower alongside a teenage girl at your YMCA location here in Santee. I was made to feel as though I had done something wrong when I talked to people at the YMCA. Somehow, the indecent exposure of a male to a female minor was an inconvenience to them. When my dad spoke to the sheriff's office, they told him that he should never allow me to shower there ever again. The YMCA wouldn't let my father speak to the manager of the Santee branch. After waiting several days, he finally received a call from Terry Moss, who is the director of membership for San Diego County. She informed my dad that I was not in any danger at the time of the incident, that I was safe. But I ask you this, I'm assuming all of you either have a wife, a sister, daughters, or granddaughters, or are a woman yourself. Could you knowingly send an underage girl into a room where there was a naked male and say that she was not in danger, that she was safe, or more importantly, that this was right? The fact that we are now tailoring our privacy policies and bathroom laws around transgenders, ignoring the blatant threat to safety that this poses, is obscene. Went to the gym to swim laps. As I was showering after my workout, I saw a naked man.
And y'all think this is okay? Child.
Day 25 of being a girl, and I'm on my way to yoga class for the first.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and only ladies and gentlemen it is and shall always be. I am an 18-year-old high school student and wanted to take this time to bring to your attention the current issue with biological men claiming they are women and in turn truly believing that they are entitled to use women's spaces. There was an incident within our district that occurred recently regarding a woman who really is a having an altercation with a young woman at MLK High School. It was infuriating when I had seen the video on social media, but what was detrimental to this is the fact that this man is and has been using the women's restroom and locker room. Firstly, the question we must address is why are we affirming the mental confusion of this boy and putting the safety of women in jeopardy by allowing mentally confused men to use the women's spaces? Of course, any male who claims he is a woman will accept it, but what about the women? What about the true girls like myself who are female down to our DNA? Why don't we ever get a say in whether or not we are comfortable with this? The truth is we aren't. The majority of us aren't, and yet nothing has been done to protect the safety of these women. I will conclude with this. It all starts with you. You are in charge of the safety of us women and the parent and the kids of our parents. So please do something about it. Thank you. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and only ladies.
Got kind of put in a different kind of situation today. This is in regards to my daughter. She's 14, freshman in high school. She came home concerned about something today and wanted to talk to me about it. Just kind of want to know if I went the right route going forward or if I should have done something different. So let's get to it. My daughter has first period PE. So girls' locker room.
Hey,
they all
Norris.
change in and out of their PE clothes. She said that she just realized today that there is a transgender child in the girls' locker room. I had to ask her, I said, is this child a girl with girl parts or a boy with boy parts? And she said, no, this is definitely a boy. It has all the boy parts, but identifies as a girl. So they are in the girls' locker room. Teenagers, 14, 15-year-olds.
This is fucking insanity. Oh my God. I cannot imagine having a 14-year-old daughter and she comes and tells me there's a trans in the locker room with me while I'm changing and he has a hard on. Do you know how horny teenage boys are? Like, are we kidding? Or a teenager with an XY chromosome that could get a hard on? Like, are we kidding?
In the same room. She feels very uncomfortable and she didn't know who to tell. So she obviously came home and told me.
Exactly.
So I immediately sent an email to the principal of the school. I haven't heard back yet, but I just let them know that I was concerned because my teenage daughter is in a room changing when there is a boy in there. I don't care what they identify as. That is a boy. And it makes her feel very uncomfortable. And I'm pretty sure there are more than just my daughter who feel very uncomfortable changing in front of a boy. So I just let them know that, we've taught our children to voice concerns if they feel uncomfortable, unsafe, and the girls should have a safe space, especially at this age. So I don't know if I should go a different route, if I should contact somebody else, I don't know. I never thought I would be in this situation in our small little rural town here in Washington State. So I'm not putting the name of the school. I'm not putting what school district or anything like that we're in, but Washington State, just for reference. So I don't know what else to do. If there's been anybody else in this type of situation, I would appreciate any advice that you guys have. But like I said, I haven't heard back from the principal yet, so I don't know what they're going to say, if they're even going to respond. Should I reach out to other parents? I don't know. So yeah, so I guess when I do get an update, I'll update here, but I would love some feedback or suggestions on what I should be doing in this.
There's a fucking man in the girls' locker room! Call the police!
I'm a girl.
Yeah, I'd like to thank everyone.
Transgender bathroom backlash gaining speed after a student at Wisconsin high school allegedly exposes male genitalia in the girls' locker room.
Unbelievable. 4 freshman girls horrified over the encounter, and now their school is being accused of violating federal law.
Alexandria Hoff joins us live. Alex, these girls, they were just 14, correct?
Yeah, that's right. And the law group pushing for answers says that the transgender student is an 18-year-old senior. So that's a big difference, especially in high school. According to the Wisconsin Institute of Law and Liberty, the 4 girls were rinsing off from gym class when the 18-year-old walked into the shower, announced, quote, "I'm trans, by the way," before getting fully undressed. Now, the 14-year-olds, they kept their swimsuits on, which the law group says is common at the school, adding that the transgender senior wasn't even in the gym class. A letter sent to the school described how in the shower, the 18-year-old first faced the wall, then the girls, exposing them to male genitalia. The incident was reported to student services, but the law group claims that the school's response was not sufficient, writing, quote, "We are calling on you to address this immediately and put policies in place that will protect the safety and privacy of all students. No one from the district contacted any of the girls' parents at that time, and no one investigated." To be clear, that means the district's initial response to this incident violated Title IX. Now, Fox News Digital did see an email from the Sun Prairie High School principal who acknowledged the incident and said it shouldn't have happened. We also took a look at the school district's restroom and locker room guidance. That reads, quote, "Any student who has a need or desire for increased privacy, regardless of the underlying reason, may be provided with access to a single access restroom where such a facility is reasonably available, but no student shall be required to use such a restroom because of the student's transgender, non-binary, or gender expansive status." An attorney representing the school district told Fox News that the account of what took place inside of the girls' locker room is inaccurate. Well,
Transgender bathroom backlash gaining speed after a student at Wisconsin.
Trans women using female bathrooms. A very controversial topic right now. A lot of women are feeling uncomfortable or unsafe in female-only allocated spaces, and rightly so. There are a few sick individuals out there that will try and use the trans woman label to get into female-only spaces. I am a trans woman, a biological male, yes. I've been using female bathrooms for quite a few years. I've never had an incident or I believe I've ever had an incident where I've ever made someone feel uncomfortable or scared. I could attribute it to I'm quite far along in my transition and I've gone through hormone replacement therapy for a number of years now. I've never seemed to have anyone ever bat an eyelid about it, to be honest. But if anyone ever said anything about it, I would peacefully, gladly leave. And that's not because I don't have enough courage or faith in myself that I'm a woman. I know I'm a woman. A trans woman, yes, but a woman in my own right. And some people...
She said that...
So when you go to the bathroom, you go to the women's bathroom? Or?
Yeah, I do. I go to the women's bathroom, but only the bathroom. I don't go to any facilities. I'm not going to go into a locker room.
Okay.
If I'm going to the gym, I'll do the individual ones.
Okay.
So it's not...
It's not unisex almost.
Yeah, it's like a door that locks. So like no one can come in.
Yeah,
no
yeah,
one
I
can,
know
like anything like that. Because like even though I'm castrated, I still have my penis.
You have a penis.
So I would never... If you are trans and you're living your life as a woman, you don't want anybody to see that shit. Okay, like you're living your life as a woman, and so if anything, I feel like the only people who really see my dick is because of porn or my personal life.
But you see, this is because this person is not trying to creep out with women. I feel like if you're going into a locker room, you want to see women's naked bodies. And if you're exposing yourselves to women, it's because you're getting off on that shit. I personally feel like these people should just have their own spaces. I don't understand what is so wrong with them having their own spaces. Can somebody tell me? And I personally do think that there are only two genders. I think gender and sex is the same thing. Maybe I have an archaic way of thinking. So when Donald Trump said that he's not going to allow them to do all of this, especially with children, and it's not going to be implemented into the curriculum as much, I am for that. I am. And stopping the fucking $350 a week for the illegal immigrants, bitch, I'm for that too. And I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna drop this call line for a little bit if anybody want to call in to discuss this. Each person has a couple minutes if anybody want to call in. If not, I'm gonna get up out of here soon. But let me see what y'all saying. I agree. Yes, make two genders again. Yes, they need their own bathrooms. Exactly. Like, I'm not saying that these people can't live how they see fit, but leave kids alone and stop trying to impose and enforce your ways of living on the general population. Like, oh, what the hell? Oh, that was my phone. I just really personally, I don't think it's okay that we're forced to allow them into women's spaces and we have no say so. And this is why I'm constantly saying our rights have been infringed upon by every fucking body at this point. Hey, Matayla.
Matoya.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
You got me standing up. I was sitting down on my, and I'm like, whoa, she's speaking it.
For real. So what are your thoughts?
My thoughts are, I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you. And I'm like, someone's finally making some sense. Because we've been researching it and been seeing it for a long time that this has been happening. And no one's been speaking out about it. We've seen receipts for EBT cards that's, I don't know where exactly it is, but this one guy had a $1,300 receipt, there's veterans that could use that. That's crazy.
It's insane. And like I said, I never saw exactly the amount or what type of benefits they were receiving. I just knew that it was happening, but I didn't know they was getting $350 a week. Like, what the hell? $350 a week?
Excuse me, it was a $13,000. I misquoted. $13,000 EBT at one point. And it's ridiculous because you think about it, they're getting it times however many kids, uh, people, whoever came with them. It's that times that amount of kids that they have or dependents that they have that's with them. It's ridiculous.
$1,400 a month for illegal immigrants. That is insane. And people were just saying, oh, you guys are look, okay, I have to keep putting this disclaimer out there. I did not vote for Trump, okay? However, people were saying everyone was and I think that's okay. But I have to say that, we got to, I have a platform. I'm independent. I didn't vote for anybody. But the fact that you're saying like, oh, everybody's just voting for Trump because they want a $1,200 check. People are tired of our taxpayer dollars going to illegal immigrants. They're getting 14, and they've been getting this for a couple of years in multiple states. Each month, that $1,200 was a one and done. Maybe we got it twice. I think we got like 2 stimulus checks. But every month, are you kidding me? And free house, like what? Oh my God.
So it's not only that. You look at, our money. If you our money was good when Trump was in office before, and then we noticed how groceries started raising. I have a small business, right, and I cater, and the first thing that hit me was chicken because everybody loves wings. So that's one of the biggest thing. It went from like $45 for a case for me to now I'm paying $125.
What?
A case. Yes.
Wow.
So if that is the effect of all of Bidenomics for they killed the small businesses. Like there's so many small businesses that are shutting down because they cannot afford what we need to maintain our business.
Yep. And one of my mods, one of my great mod babes, she was telling me, because I'm like, well, how did your life like really change when Trump was president? Because people cry and say we're gonna go back into Jim Crow and into slavery. I'm like, are y'all kidding? He was already president before. Like, this is a bit dramatic. She's like, oh well, I lost my job and it's hard to get a job. I said, under Biden, I lost my job and the business shut down. They could not afford to keep the lights on. That is a major difference, just not being able to probably get back in the workforce. That happens all the time. And I'm not discrediting anybody's experience, but businesses having to shut down is way different from just like not being able to get an interview.
Right. And it hurts the business. That was the livelihood of not just me, but I have my oldest daughter's disabled, my youngest son is disabled. So I have 2 disabled kids in my home. And then my middle daughter is perfectly fine, but it's like, okay, I take care of my kids through my business, and now it's like I can't afford to pay $125 for a case of wings this weekend to sell my food. And, so it's like, what do? What hustle can I do now to compensate for what I'm no longer making? Because those days of making $4,500 a weekend is long gone. Thank God Trump is back. It'll come back soon.
Well, I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see how things, play out, right?
Well,
Hopefully they
listen,
better.
I sent through the chat. There's a website that RFK. I know one of the mods were talking about the health side of it. She's really, concerned. But RFK has a website. Look at the link that I sent to you. They're setting it up where the people will actually decide who's gonna take these positions that they're getting ready to fire.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it's about like the tax cut. It's nothing but good things are about to happen, and people are gonna quickly see that. Oh yeah, Trump was for the people.
Okay. Well, thank you for calling in, and much success and blessings to you and your business and
Thank
things to
you.
look up. You're welcome. Okay.
Thank.
Bye.
Bye bye. Bye bye.
Hey, Lasia. Hello? Hello? I don't know what happened. Lasia, if you're in the chat, I tried to bring you up. I don't know if maybe you're not connected, but let me see if I can try to bring it up again. Hello, can you hear me? Lasia? I don't know what's going on. But the link is pinned, you guys, if you want to click the link and chime in on the topics that we discussed tonight. I know, it's very like tricky to talk politics, so I'm not even talking about like, look, Trump is already president. It doesn't even matter who's voting for who. He's already been elected. So that part is over. I'm just talking about, the fact that the illegals were getting so many resources, and the fact that, people are up in arms because he said that he is going to stop the transgenderism of children. Thank you, Lasia.
Okay, hello.
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, great. I was like, it was yeah. When you played the clip about them going back and seeing who voted for the transgender or women in the restrooms, like all of them should be in jail. Because why did you vote for that? Like how could you disregard the safety of women and little girls? Like women can handle themselves a little bit more than little girls because they're not that big. But like, have you seen any of the clips of grown women's bathroom waiting to snatch up little girls?
Oh my God. I seen a clip where a father was in like I think he was in like a public park, and he went into the women's bathroom because he had his little daughter with him. He was like, hold up. He went in there first and it was a man in there.
Right. I think that was the one I seen too. And it was just like, imagine if that was a woman, like they just not paying, any attention, really has to like go to the restroom, and then this man is like in there with like already bad intentions. Like,
it's crazy. I've been in the bathroom with trans men, but they looked like men with wigs on. Like, I played 2 trans women just now that if I didn't hear them talk, I wouldn't know because they actually look like they're taking the transition seriously. You know, but if you clearly got stubble like a 5 o'clock shadow and your Adam's apple is poking out, you're flat chested, and you just got a wig on, sir, you still look like a man. Like, what the hell is going on there?
exactly. And the fact that they have the choice to choose their housing in the New Jersey prisons, like,
it's insane.
And the women were telling them, like, if you do this, like, this is gonna happen. Like, so I think just the disregard of what women say, because women have a good, intention and good, gut feelings about a lot.
The fact that we have not even been considered is diabolical.
Absolutely.
But we live in a patriarchal society, so it's just men once again, with their misogyny and punching down on women, and now they just decided that they were going to co-opt women's spaces. And that's why I was saying, like, we're constantly saying, what about women's rights? They're going to take our rights. These motherfuckers on the left been doing it right in our face and bullying us into shutting the fuck up and allowing them to reclassify us and allowing them to encroach on our spaces when we are deathly afraid and extremely uncomfortable. I would be so angry if I went into the women's locker room when I'm at the gym and I saw a dick. Like, that shit would infuriate me. Like, so inappropriate. And this has been happening. I'm like, where are the women by the drove yelling about women's rights as far as these things are concerned?
And that's the thing I also feel about, like, abortion laws too, is like they're saying, oh, well, people aren't having children. It's like there's a lot more to worry about than having children. Like, I'm in like my mid-20s, and it's just like I don't have time to think about trying to family plan and do all this, that, and the third. And it takes a few years to do that anyway. But it's like,
girl, you got a lot of time.
I do, and I'm thankful for it, because it's just like I don't want to think about, oh, well, when are you guys gonna have kids? It'd be like, that's on the back burner. Let's change the subject. But yeah, I don't know. All of them should be in jail. If you voted to have, the encroachment on women's spaces, you should definitely be under investigation or something.
And what's even scarier is that they're doing it to teenage girls. Like, I saw this instance where a trans girl was beating the shit out of a boy that was saying he was a girl, beat the dog shit out of a girl. And because it was allegedly a girl, the sentencing, like the repercussion, wasn't what it would have been if he identified as a boy.
A boy, yeah.
Like, that shit is outrageous. Like, so this boy, this fucking enraged teenager, could beat the shit out of a little girl, but just because he's calling himself a girl, they both get suspended. Like, what are we talking about here?
Yeah, no.
And they're like going to the locker rooms with a bra on and see young teenage girls naked or scantily clad. That is a teenage boy's dream. Are you kidding me?
I mean, and it would, like where I live at, like, boys used to do that for real. Like, walk into the girls' locker room, like, and you just be like, excuse me, like, you don't think you need to exit? Like, we understand that the women's coach office is like at the end of the hallway in the women's locker room, but you could wait till we all like change and we all come out. So we all just started like going into the lobby of our high school and just changing in the bathroom in there and be like, okay, the next person go in.
That's crazy. Now imagine if when you were in high school, it was legal as long as the boy identified as a girl.
We would still feel uncomfortable. Like, and just so like people would not come in, we used to have cages on like the entrance of our locker room too. So we would like close and lock the cage and ask the coach for the key, because it'd be like, y'all are some weirdos. Like, and it's like those popular girls who were like friends with dudes, and you just be like, yeah, no, you're not. That's okay if with her, like, y'all can do that to her, but she probably feels uncomfortable with it too. But I don't want you to see me. Like, my daddy will beat your ass. Like, if I tell him that you came in the locker room.
That's crazy. And where were the teachers? Like, what was the adult saying?
Now tell me why the women's basketball coach was a creep, so he was fired the next year.
Oh wow.
Like, and he would come in there too, just be
What?
like, yeah, and he'd just be like, sir, you are a grown man. Like, this is not okay.
Oh no, that's terrible. I hate that. But
So
hopefully, oh, sorry. What you said?
But I was just gonna say that was also the reason why we all just agreed to like start changing in like the shower room or like changing out in the lobby, because it'd be like, not with this door like fully open and people just walking in and out. Like,
Yeah, that's so inappropriate. Do you have any final thoughts? I'm gonna take the next caller, boo.
oh no, just keep doing what you're doing. I love your show.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for calling up, okay?
Alrighty. See you in the comments.
Later.
Bye-bye.
Hi, Tanya.
Hey, Love Jones. Hey, everybody.
Hey, so what are your comments on tonight's topics?
Well, first of all, I think it's messed up the fact that, us love bugs can't sit around on a cute little mushroom with the fairies and everybody else and have our little private conversations without offending nobody. If you're not on that type of time, don't click on. You know what Love Jones is about. If you're not a part of this very magical, mystical, beautiful place she is trying to cultivate for us love bugs, then get the fuck on. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, first of all, what my issue was, because I'm a former New Yorker. I just live in Florida, but I still got my New York pass, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand how these motherfuckers was getting all that money per week, my nigga. That sounds like our reparations check right there. What are you talking about?
Hello. Like that y'all giving them $1,400 every month? Like, are
Right,
we?
and I'm sure that shit is tax free. So you're getting a full 1,400. You're not getting 1,275. No, they getting that full $1,400.
That's wild.
And they can use that money any kind of way they want, whether it's food, clothes from them, or fucking crack. They
Yeah.
can use that money however the way they want. It's like a voucher. Is it like per family or per person? And like, what's the arrangement? Was it per person in that family or just like per family unit?
Let me go back. I'm not sure. Hey guys, so Google moderator is gonna
Either way, it's fucked up.
wait. If
Either
y'all
way, it's messed up.
period. But if y'all are writing cuss words in the chat, it's not gonna come through. So misspell the cuss words for everybody that's typing in the chat. Because I see some comments is not coming through because they spelling out cuss words. But wait, let me pull it back up. It says I think it's for families, but I'm trying to figure out if it was for food and baby supplies. Let's bring it back.
That's enough because if you're a real hustler, you're gonna buy them Pampers and that infant gonna flip it and get cash for it. So either way, right or wrong though, we from New York, Brooklyn, right or wrong.
Yes, each week though, like they already gave them $2 million.
That hurts my heart. That hurts my heart.
A week to buy food and baby supplies.
That hurts my heart. And then also you got to think, just put New York aside. Think about all those other states that's complaining about the migrants taking over their project buildings and harassing the people that actually live there. My thing is this: where are all the gangbangers at? Okay, that make everybody life uncomfortable in that area. What are they doing? Are they on break?
I feel like they know where to do that shit at because they ain't coming to Brooklyn. They will get ran the fuck up out of here so bad.
I'm shocked.
They not in Compton with that shit, and they ain't in New York. They ain't in the Bronx or Brooklyn Cause baby, that wouldn't
Because you
fly.
heard about out there in what one of them Carolinas, how them Venezuelan gangs done
Yep.
took over 2, 3 apartment buildings. People
Mm-hmm.
scared to come outside. People scared to like. Come on, what you telling me? I can't go to the bodega at freaking a certain time because now these niggas is post up talking about what you got in your pockets like they Debo and shit.
My whole thing too is like, where's the military? How come they haven't been employed to those places to shut that shit down? That's weird to me. You know what I mean? Like, why what the police force is scared? Where are the feds? Like, what's really going on?
Right, like when they be doing them little slow drive-bys and looking at everybody, giving them the eye, I will f you upstairs. Why y'all not doing that to those Venezuelan gangs?
They said they in Denver, Colorado taking over.
See, that's a problem. It's so much going on. It's just like, huh? So now Trump is looking like the hero because he didn't even wait 48 hours. He waited till the next day and told them, all the people that voted for him, talking about, yay, Trump. Oh, yeah, I'm sending y'all niggas back. He didn't even wait like 3 days. He said it the next day what he planned on doing. So now everybody looking like they got egg on their face.
It's crazy. I don't know, but we're going to see what happens during this presidential term. And people, with all of this happening and all of the stuff with the trans and all of that, I'm like, do y'all know, like, and this is not me telling anybody who they should have voted for, but if Kamala would have gotten in office, this would have got worse.
Yeah, I do.
It is what it is.
A man asked me, was like, oh, you think if Shorty get in there, oh, you really think she gonna be able to, stop wars and be able to sit down with Putin and sit down with all these other people and the China people? And he's like, they not gonna listen to her. They gonna, just walk right over her. And you know what? It might be true.
Yeah.
Because look, Trump is getting everybody respect just snatching them checks alone.
Yeah.
And you absolutely right. You don't have a say in what you get in this motherfucking box. Because if you hungry, you gonna eat it. The fact they say that this is not food from our culture, you guys are being culturally insensitive. Like I would be like, next in line, next. This motherfucker don't want to eat. Let me get Hansalito behind you. Maybe he want a little oatmeal sandwich or something. Put a little couple of bread and a little ketchup on that. It's gonna taste like an enchilada. Think outside the box. Okay.
Like, how you gonna be picky? You should be happy that you're even here and you got a roof over your head when there's so many Americans that are homeless that ain't got nothing to eat. This is crazy.
And they stayed up in the Four Seasons while you can't even get in a freaking A train without freaking want to throw up in your mouth and in your nose because they all sleeping all on the trains and stuff, shitting and pissing on the seats.
Laid out across the train.
Laid out. Am I right or am I wrong?
You can't even get a seat because the homeless people be taking over the trains.
Sometimes they be having a whole cart, and you know what? I let them have it.
Hell yeah! I don't even want to be in a car with them. It'd be so.
I let you have it. But you know what? I know this is off topic, and I wasn't able to holler at you the other night when you was talking about the DDG and Haley Bailey situation. Do you mind if I put a little 2 cents on that, or are we just talking about?
No, go ahead.
Okay. Thank you, Love Bugs, for sticking with me, but it's very few that we get to actually speak to the Queen Love Bug. So could we, all have a bit of the Love Jones time? My issue with the whole Haley Bailey and DDG bullshit. First of all, that's her motherfucking baby. Okay, you just had the little fertilizer, whatever they say. That's her motherfucking baby. Okay. It wasn't even about Love Jones, about, oh, you got him on stream. It was about the environment. And I felt like that's what people was overlooking. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, she have him online on her stuff. Yeah, he may have him online with his stuff. But you know what? That's their stuff in the comfort of their home, in the comfort of this is my child. He's fully protected in a safe environment. Kai Cenat got a whole lot of be going on over there, okay? You didn't run that by me. You didn't say, hey, is it cool? Because I would have told your little punk ass, no. Okay? Wasn't it just the other day Kodak Black was juggling fucking Percocets and popping them shits and catching them in his mouth? What if one of them rolled up under one of the fucking desks and that little boy found it and put it in his mouth? You understand what I'm saying? This is not an environment conducive for children to be running around and being in. He was just raided the other day.
Yep.
Okay? He be having niggas all up in thrill there. Wasn't the boy from Power sexually assaulted up in there? Wasn't the chick that was in there with all the... Oh, okay, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, Queen Love Jones. Remember when he was sexually assaulted? Remember when it was a chick there and it was a bunch of the nigga friends and they was all just doing nigga shit and she felt uncomfortable and was being kind of, like verbally assaulted and shit like that? Anything could have happened when the fucking cameras would have went off. Okay? Yep. We don't know what happened when he clicked off the camera. They could have did all some kind of a whole lot of. Get the fuck out of here. That is not an environment conducive for a child. So right now, let's lay it on the motherfucking table. This is an environment where there's drugs going on, alcohol going on, nigger trend going on, people being sexually violated, assaulted, and got to play it off in front of the camera. Since you really comfortable sitting there with sleazy clothes on with 6 or 7 niggas acting like thirsty hounds? You understand what I'm saying? You got Phantom, one of his homeboys that busts in his room all the time, takes food, breaks up shit. First of all, that little boy, he always looked like he's overstimulated to me when he's with his father. He always looked like his eyes are so buck open because he's always around things that maybe he still needs to be at home listening to calming lullaby music. The boy ain't even 1 year old yet.
That's what I was saying.
You feel me? He's around all these adult environments, all these adult energies. He don't need to be up in Kais in that room just so you could get a free box of diapers and a couple of fucking Jordan socks for his little feet. You could buy that on your own. Stop acting like, oh, he was there to meet the baby and he gave them extra gifts. Brother, fuck your gifts. Because right now, this is a glorified crack house. You just think because you Kais in there and you... Let's talk about it, Queen. Let's talk about it. Okay, because a crack house is a motherfucking crack house is a motherfucking crack house. Just because your crack house is a mansion and you got money, it's still a crack house because all y'all be fucking popping pills, doing drugs, smoking, and drinking. Just because you ain't at the Taj Mahal from the New Jack City episode scene, a crack house is still a motherfucking crack house.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Remember on 4th of July when half of his fucking house, his room went up in flames because one of his stupid ass friends lit firecrackers off in that same room. And the ambulance was called, the fire department, they almost burned that whole fucking house down. And you think that's an environment to have my fucking child up in where anything could fucking go, where anything can happen, and I'm not fucking there? I don't give a fuck if that's your friend. That's your friend. That ain't my child's friend.
Yep. And the fact that he didn't even tell her, she had to find out by looking at it on the internet. That was trifling. And everybody's saying,
that's very trifling.
She put it on the internet because DDG is an internet ass nigga. It just is what it is. It is
what it is. That's the only way she could fucking communicate with the nigga and try to be heard. Because I'm sure he'd be trying to freaking overtalk her, stun her. You can't tell me what the fuck to do with my kid. I'm a good daddy. But you know what? A good daddy also checks the fucking environment and checks the temperature of the room that him and his child and his wife and family about to be in. That same man, he also calls and do his research. Nah, honey, we not going to dinner over there. I heard they got shot up 2 nights ago. As the man of this family, we going somewhere where it's safe, where I know where the exits, and we can fucking book it if we need to. You in somebody else's area. You waited till she got out of town where she couldn't stay, where she couldn't pull up. Tyson, now, don't he live in New York?
No, I think he got a house. He probably has a house in New York, but I don't know where that house was that they was filming at. But I'm sure he didn't take the baby out of New York because Hallie was in New York when they went there. So I'm sure they was in LA still.
So my thing is, you waited till when the mother hen could not protect her motherfucking chicken. Okay? for you as the fox to slide in and be like, well, I'm the dad. I can do what the fuck I want. He say, she say, da 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 da. Listen, let me tell you, it was about the environment, Love Jones. And
Yeah.
you should see, you read some of the comments. The comments was out of control. I don't know if these were like young-minded moms or just idiots. I'm leaning more towards the idiots because you can't tell me that you was okay with an 8-month-old child, not even 1 year old, being in the same environment. In your last stream, you had a drug addict doing drugs on that in that same environment. Nobody talked about that. Nobody talked about if he would have fucking found the pill, one of them colorful pills, and put it in their mouth, and that child would have had a seizure on that fucking live stream. Nobody talks about real life shit. And that's the part that bothers me because it's like, it's the environment. This nigga be having all kind of stuff going on up in here, and y'all know that.
Yep.
That's not a place for the fucking kid. And then, okay, let's talk about DDG and his brother with his badass son. Let's really talk about it because they talk about, oh, well, it's a whole family. And if the whole family be on some stupid shit. It's not like it's a family setup and they be having the kids learning about financial literacy and, okay, this is our family dynamic. No, they be on stupid shit. They be on shit. You understand what I'm saying? The brother, um, oh
Dub.
boy.
His name is Dub.
The,
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry for taking up so much of your time, but the brother who has a son, I forgot. Let's just call the brother who gives a damn, right?
His name is Dub.
Right. And then he got the son, right? Who's a bad little piece of shit that be cursing out his dad. Huh?
His name is Woo Wop, the little kid.
Well, isn't he a disrespectful little shithead? Because that's what I see when I see his interactions with other adults. He got a smart mouth. He don't be on some respectable, I'm a child type of thing. Yeah, to be around too, just because, oh, he's a streaming kid, his father's a content creator. No, I don't want that demon seed, aka his cousin, around him because I don't want that kind of energy on him either. You see what I'm saying? He don't need Haley no more for clout. He got the baby. That's why he's not tripping so hard that he not with that girl no more. He like, I got the kid. Everybody responds positively between me and the kid. What the fuck I need Haley for?
Damn, I saw that. I saw people saying that. I was like, oh man.
That's exactly what it's for. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But look,
that shit crazy. We're gonna see how hopefully nothing too bad happens or hit the fan because child. Hello? 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 I don't know what happened, but she definitely was cooking. Does anybody else want to hit the link before I get up out of here? It's pinned up at the comment section. The whole family is tacky. Not the whole family is tacky. No disrespect, but to worry about a son while he's with the father and a child's safety is wild to me. It's like y'all saying DDG won't protect him. It's not about DDG protecting him. It's about DDG not telling the mother where he is, especially when he's going to be on such a large platform. That's like taking the child on a talk show or a reality show or some shit and not telling one of the parents involved. It's different if the son is going to be in a controlled environment with his family. Like taking him on Kai Cenat show, anybody's liable to pop up there. NLE Chopper popped up and was doing a prank, banging on the door saying, help me, oh my God. And DDG was looking crazy and scared, like, what's going on? What is that? And he was like, I can't do this. Get me out of here. I got my son with me. Like, y'all playing too much. And Kai Cenat said, is that Diddy? Like, why the fuck would he even make a joke like that? Like, the whole shit is just bizarre. It's just bizarre. At the end of the day, nobody thinks that DDG would ever intentionally put his baby in harm's way. But if I had a 10-month-old baby, I need to know where my child is at all fucking times, just in case. Because you never fucking know. And to take him to, once again, to a house where they be doing drugs, getting lit, all types of shit is liable to happen. Kai Cenat's house got swatted a couple days ago. All sorts of characters be walking up and in and out of that house. So she has a right to know if her son is going to be in an environment like that. Point blank, period. He put him in his bag like he was Winnie the Pooh or a kangaroo putting their kid in a pouch. That was a hard S. I just heard on the news that racist texts are being sent to Black people nationwide. Oh, well, I didn't get one. I hear you, love. See, I didn't know that. Yeah. DDG always taking that baby with him everywhere. He the type of parent would take the baby to the club. Lord, I hope he don't take that baby to the club. Ciao. Ciao, ciao, ciao. Wish I could call, just clocked in. Make that money, honey. Where is her family? I don't know. Chloe is working as well, but I'm not sure where her mom and I don't know where they live, but it don't seem like they're as close to her family because they do have another sister and another brother. And both of her parents are still alive, but I don't know. Maybe they're in Atlanta because that's where they grew up. So maybe her family is in Atlanta and Hallie and Chloe live in LA and DDG lives in LA. His whole entire family is in LA. So that's probably why it seems like when she's out of town, the baby's always with DDG. And it's because, Hallie's family is probably in a whole different state. That's what it seems like, at least. Oh, Hallie's family. Hey, Audrey.
Hey, Bookie. How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. Sitting up here, finna get closer to God, if you know what I mean. Just listening to you, girl. I've been listening to you since I got off work. I'm at the house now, about to wind it down. But I agree, huh?
Hello? Oh man. Hello? Dang, what's happening? No. Hello? Why the reception is doing this now? Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yes.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, I'm just I mean from Super Tuesday to all of the mess that's going on, like with the celebrities and stuff, it's ridiculous. But I definitely agree with you on, just having that deportation, and then people coming into the different restrooms and things like that. Is
Hello? Oh man. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you now. You keep going in and out.
I don't know why it's going in and out, but yes, I was just calling to let you know I agree. I agree. I don't know what's going on with the connection. They don't want to let us talk. They don't want to let us cook.
Great.
Yeah, but no, I definitely agree. I mean, from the immigrant thing to, people coming in the restrooms, it's a lot.
It really is.
It's a lot.
Hey, I feel like things need to change.
I mean, what Tupac say? Shoot, because change, it's inevitable. And I mean, like you said I think you said this the other night, on the other live, and you were just like, we were here 4 years ago, so.
That part. I don't think everything is going to go to hell the way they're making it seem. Hello? Dang, Audrey, what in the hell?
Look, girl, look, they hating, honey. But no, like, you're absolutely right. We were here 4 years ago. We're here again. We'll be fine. I mean, just worry about yourself and your family and your community, and just keep whatever you did yesterday, do it again today, and keep doing it. Just be better. But I mean, we all up in this together. But girl, I was on TikTok when I was at work, and I sent it to you. I sent it to you anyway, because every time I see something, involving us or some women's, I gotta send it. But I sent it. It was the 4B.
Oh, the 4B movement, yes.
Girl, I was like, you know what? As soon as I came across that and I got the breakdown, I was like, that reminds me of this movie on Amazon called Chirac.
Yes.
I was like, I remember that because they had my girl Nola Darling up in there. But I was like, that's interesting.
I don't know if we would be able to do it. We worship men too much. Like,
it's a lot. And when I Girl, listen, when I had dug down a little bit deeper, it was like, it's just a small group of, Korean women doing it or whatever. And I was just like, that's how it always starts. It's always a small group, and then, it transforms into something, super, super big. But you are absolutely right. It's too many pick-meshas and pick-me's out there. I would love for it to work. But, like you said, it's a lot of them outside. So
that part. I don't know. As long as we just have a little bit more higher standards and expectations and boundaries and
that's it.
Non-negotiables, like things will get better for us as it pertains to the opposite sex. Because we control the narrative.
You are absolutely right.
Letting these motherfuckers dog walk us to hell, then that's where we're gonna keep going.
You are absolutely right. And like I said, I listen to you whenever you live. I'm listening. I'm tuned in. I got my notifications on even when YouTube is acting up, but you give so many gems. Like, girl, like you give so many gems. And I'm put my little business out there, this dude, I've been messing with, for about 10 years or whatever. Like in the beginning, it was, like this, but now it's, I'm more aware and things like that. Girl, why he asked me this weekend if I ain't doing nothing, do I want to help him take down his hair? I'm like, why every time you reach out to me, you asking me to perform labor? Like, boy, I have a full-time job and I'm PRN at another hospital. So, boy, and I got this puppy. What you mean? Help you take your hair down? Is you gonna help me take mine down? Are you gonna help? Like, yeah, but I digress.
You already know. Yes. The ultimate servant. That's what it got.
Like, I'm like face toe up. Like, you're not doing anything. Can you help me take? Boys, get out my face. And I let him know that. And girl, he read the message. Ain't texting me back. I ain't texting him back. I'm matching energy.
Period.
Don't play. I'm a big Leo. Don't play like that with me, because I will hurt. Boy, you be crying in the car somewhere. Don't do that.
I love that for you. I'm working on just completely cutting ties with other motherfuckers that don't serve me, because you see how it's 15 years. It's hard when you've been around somebody for years and years. It's like muscle memory. Like, how do you just not slide back up in there once in a while? But sometimes we really just gotta fucking do a cord cutting ceremony out this bitch. They keep calling me a witch. Bitch, I'm about to resort to witchcraft. Like, whatever we need to do to keep it moving so we could be on to bigger and better. Hello? I don't know what's going on, but I'm gonna drop you down, Audrey. Love you, girl. I'm gonna take the next call.
Love you, girl. Okay, bye.
Oh, I heard that part. Hey,
oh, hi. Hi. I just wanted to say that I agree with everything that you said. And when Trump actually became president, I was sort of relieved.
Oh, wow.
I didn't know that I was going to be relieved, but I was relieved. As a Black woman, I was relieved. I felt like I could sleep a little bit better, knowing that he's going to clean up this mess. For one, the immigrants, the illegal immigrants coming in and getting all the money. It was one thing when they gave it to who did they give it to in Europe? What's that? I'm having a blank. But they gave like all of our money to Europe.
Oh, you're talking about for the war?
Yeah, for the war. And then I thought, okay, that's where it's gonna end. But then finding out they're giving it to the legal immigrants, and they're not even taking DNA testing anymore at the borders. So before they were doing DNA testing to see, okay, is mom and dad actually related to this minor? They're not doing that anymore at the borders. So anyone can come, and we have a problem with human trafficking, sex trafficking. So yeah, why are you guys allowing that? And then they literally took DNA testing off the testing. So yeah, they're not doing that anymore. That's a big problem.
That's scary.
That is scary. So what are you guys doing?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. And you should do a cleanse if you want to like snip, like do a salt bath so you could like call in new energy and new men.
Yes, that
And
part.
then the trans guys, it's ridiculous. I had one as a roommate. Well, he was down low. I'm gonna say allegedly, so I didn't get sued. But he was down low and he was black. I didn't know this was a thing. I was raised very sheltered, but he was black, very tall, and he was having man and woman. And the thing is, like, the house that I live in, you could hear every single thing. So every night he was getting it down, and I know for a fact he was not telling the woman that he was sleeping with that he's also sleeping with man. So that was another issue too. I felt like, oh my god, I need to like tell people. I need to tell them like for safety reason, but I didn't. And then we were having a conversation and he was saying, "Yeah, I want to be a trans woman now." And I knew why
What?
he wanted to be a trans woman because he's a deviant and he was really sex addicted and he's a predator. He's a predator. I feel like some of these men that are transitioning is for predatory stuff. They
Wow.
they get a kick out of it. They get a kick out of like making women uncomfortable, girls uncomfortable. Like that's their I don't know. I don't know what you want to call it. I don't know what you want to call it. But yeah,
You're right. It's unfortunate because when they say like some of them they go into the locker rooms and they're flashing everybody with their genitalia, and it's like
they
why
are.
why are you showing off your penis? It's because you know that it's going to be uncomfortable for women and children, and you like to be a voyeur, and we don't
Yeah.
talk about this enough. We just they're just being love is they're just that's who they are. No, because you don't have to. If you're really truly trying to be a woman, you wouldn't have your penis out in front of women.
Totally. But the thing is too, I don't see the trans women that are turning into men like making such a big deal like, hey, you guys, I'm going in the man bathroom. Like, oh my God, let me whip out my vagina out here. And, I don't see trans or I don't see women that are trans man
Mhm.
doing that. I just see the trans man that are turning into women doing that to us.
Yep. It's misogyny and they want to punch down on women and they have to continuously remind you of their presence.
Yeah.
Like men, not all, but men are prone to centering themselves. They do it in my comment section. And we could be talking about the sky and they'll be like, "You a single mother?" And that's what the
So
fuck
true.
are you, why are you bringing this
That is
up?
so true.
Like they just have to center themselves. So I feel like it's a man thing.
And thank you for this topic because it's like really like a controversial topic that most wouldn't want to talk about. And to be a black woman too, you're really doing a great thing, especially for our community and
Oh,
just like shedding light.
thank you so much. I'm
You're
kind of
welcome.
I try to tread lightly and I don't want to be offensive to anyone. However, at what expense? Like I have a platform, it's growing. We do need to talk about these things because it directly affects us. I've been in the bathroom with trans women, and it was very awkward and uncomfortable. I hurried up and scurried out. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, what the hell is going on?
That is scary.
I
And
couldn't.
then with the hormones, doesn't it make them a little bit more aggressive where they're prone to like altercation?
I never heard that. I don't know.
I think there's a study that said that. Don't quote me, but there's like a study saying that it gets, I don't know, it gets them aggressive with all the hormones they're taking. I don't know. And I don't know if it's like steroids. I don't know what it is. But
But
yeah,
we're gonna see how this next 4 years play out. Honestly, I'm just gonna remain hopeful,
true, truly.
and I'll continue to use my voice. But
Yeah, totally use your voice. And yeah, totally use your voice. Seriously.
thank you for calling in.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye. Yeah, y'all. I be kind of nervous to talk about certain topics because I'm like, oh God, I don't want to offend people. And I remember when we did used to talk about these things, and people was like, oh, she hates gay people, she's a transphobe, and I'm like, that is the furthest from the truth. I love all types of people, And I think people are entitled to live how they want. But however I choose to live and who I'm sleeping with and who I'm getting down with, that doesn't have anything to do with everybody else. I don't, make my sexuality a subculture and try to force everybody else to take part in what I'm doing in my bedroom. That's bizarre to me. Or if I wanted to walk around with a strap on, I don't need to, everybody doesn't need to know that I have a strap on only the people that I'm going to use it on. You get what I'm saying? Like, I just think that everyone should live how they want, but don't try to force everybody else to take part. And if we aren't fully like committed to your bit or whatever it is that you got going on, it doesn't mean that I hate you or that I'm disrespecting you or that I'm a phobe. I'm just not used to calling people other things other than he or she. It's like we're being forced to reprogram ourselves. That's hard to fucking do. Hey, Amberella, what's up, boo?
Hey, how you doing tonight, Love Jones?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I was able to sneak away real quick.
What do you think about these topics?
So I agree with literally everything you said. I really wasn't thinking too much about some of these things before, but yeah, the whole thing where the immigrants are getting $350 a week or like it's a week, right?
Yeah,
that's absolutely bananas.
Like what?
Like, I'm a veteran and I had to fight tooth and nail for my disability from being jacked up by the government. And y'all are just giving people willy-nilly money who literally just snuck over here. Like, that's wild. That does not make any sense whatsoever. Like, and then the whole thing with again, melanated people. We can't get an apology, we can't get reparations, we can't get nothing. They didn't send money here, there, everywhere. And now they again taking people who did not even come here through proper channels and then just giving them literally $1,400 a week that's tax free. Like, I don't understand. Do away with the whole government. Like, can we get just a whole new system? Because this is, no matter how you slice it, Kamala, Trumpoid, like, they both trash. Like, this is wild.
And the crazy thing is, honestly speaking, if Trump wasn't elected, we would have never saw how much they were getting on the news.
No, we wouldn't.
We would not have known. Because I did not know. Like, we knew they were getting benefits, but bitch, $350 a week.
That's insane. Like, years ago, I don't mind telling my personal business, but I was homeless and I had to get food stamps and all that. I lived in a homeless shelter. Mm-hmm. Even with the little income I had, they still only gave me like $200 a month in food stamps.
This is what I'm saying.
Like, that's insane. There are people out here with kids, whole families who work their butts off and can't get no kind of help or no kind of assistance because you make too much. And it's not even it's still technically poverty.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like, I don't understand our country. I don't understand our society. Like, this is just, that whole thing is disgusting me. They're getting free housing, they're getting free room and board, and they're getting free money, and then have the absolute unmitigated nerve, gall, and audacity to talk about, oh, it's not culturally sensitive food. If you don't eat this hot dog, I can't.
That shit took me out. I was like, what?
Like, what in the, yeah. That's my major issue with all of it is, like, we the people here who actually pour into this economy, who pay our taxes, people who have served this country. Like, again, I'm from Baltimore. I literally, years ago when I was actually doing pretty well, I wanted to start a homeless shelter. So I went on the little Maryland website to see, like, what were the requirements to start, like, a 501c3 and all that. And it was saying there's no need for homeless shelters in Baltimore. Meanwhile, I drive past homeless veterans all day, every day.
Yep.
It's like, our society is disgusting. Like, I'm so over it. No matter which party's in office, it's all garbaggio.
It just, the math don't math. I'm looking around like, where do they even find the money?
Yeah, because they're claiming they don't have money for this, that, and the third, but they can send money to Ukraine. They can pay for these immigrants. They can feed these immigrants. Like, what?
Where do they find the money? And then it makes you wonder, does this have something to do with a fucking dozen of eggs being $25,000?
I think one, it has something to do with just, you know how they can come over here and they can put YT on their birth certificates and stuff. So it's inflating the clear numbers, but then it's also placing them on top of all of us. Because you gotta remember, back in the day, even the Italians, even Asians, like they're the model minorities and all that now, but they were not considered white Americans at one point in time. So it puts them on top of black people to take up all the benefits.
Yep. Hello.
And I feel like benefits that, especially like most people can't even trace their DNA or their genealogy, but it's like the people whose ancestors built this country, like I feel like I can speak from all sides because I've found out that my great great parents are immigrants from like DR and Panama and all that. And then my mother's side is Adolf's here. So it's like I can like I'm gonna talk about my long lost cousins twice removed. Y'all get the heck up out of here and stop taking up all the money. Like let the people whose
Hello.
ancestors built this country benefit from the stuff that we poured into it.
And the crazy thing is, like, if we got any type of benefits from the government, they say, "Oh, you're lazy. You don't impact taxpayer dollars." I'm like, well, at the end of the day, you can't even get government assistance unless you have a job. Like, you can't. They're not just giving out. I mean, I don't know, but from what I heard, in order to get money from the government, you have to be working somewhere. Like, they're not just gonna give it to you. So these immigrants, the illegals, they could just come here, like someone was mentioning. The money isn't getting taxed because they don't have like a social security card. They don't have, a birth certificate. So they're literally just getting to pocket all of that money. The IRS ain't hunting them the fuck down because they're not paying taxes on that money. Like the whole shit is cooked. I'm sorry. Hello? What the hell is going on tonight? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now, yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, saying you can get get assistance if you're unemployed, but it's very limited.
Okay.
And then again with the whole being lazy thing, there are people who are literally like disabled who can't work or whatever and they still are considered lazy. And these people literally get to sit in the Four Seasons and then make more kids so they can collect more free assistance. Like I'm over it.
Yeah. And I saw a video where one of them, I believe they were in New York. She was so excited because she got a house. They were one of the illegals. She had got a house. I don't know if she was in a lottery or I don't know what the process is, but she was so excited, and they were gonna pay her living expenses for like a whole fucking year.
That's crazy.
For the new house that she's moving
freaking
into.
Crazy.
And she had a baby here, born on American soil, so now her baby is an American citizen.
So she has a tether forever.
This shit is
it's disgusting.
How is this going on and nobody's up in arms? Like, what are we doing? Are we sleeping?
Yeah, we should be. We kind of are. We should be out here acting up and cutting up in every way, shape, form, and fashion.
Like, I've seen people protesting in Brooklyn. I cannot lie. I've seen it. But outside of that, I feel like we're just we've been lulled to sleep because this is ridiculous.
Yeah, we should be cutting up in every way. Like, there's people who literally need housing right now who are on the street and get no type of assistance, or it's not even known to them what type of assistance. Like, half the people who are supposed to be like in these with like social workers or in certain positions don't even know of all the resources that there are to even offer people. So it's just like we can't get a thing. Like, we as Americans can't win for losing, but these people literally get to just come over here and live off the land, live off of us really for nothing, and put nothing into the economy, nothing into any of the communities. Like, oh my gosh.
And I'm just so grateful that the lid is being blown off because honestly, I feel like we were asleep. Like, we really didn't pay attention to any of this shit. We heard
it was by design. We were all in survival mode after the panorama.
Yeah. And they're just like, oh, the illegals, the borders are wide open. And I'm like, yeah, I get that. But now, like, to really understand how much money and resources that have been allocated to these people when there's so many American citizens that are really fucked up in the game right now is diabolical.
Yeah, I feel like it's literally no winning, no matter how you look at it, because our rights, no matter whether you man, woman in this country, we just get trampled on, and it's insane. Like, we live in an asylum. I don't like this is the upside down.
Yep. We got to get it together, though. We got to continue to use our voice, even if we're just talking to each other about these things in real life, because we don't have enough real conversations. Like, yeah, we cut up, we talk about fucking Sexy Red or whoever. Well, we don't even talk about that bitch, but you get what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
we talk about surface level shit. They twerk and shook and jive and give us a minstrel show, but that's not the reality of the issues that we're facing present day.
Yeah.
And a lot of us don't understand what's going on. Like, we don't know, we don't get it. Because I've seen some people saying, oh, he's going to start sending illegals back. Next thing you know, they're going to do stuff to Black people. And this is how it starts. And I'm like, why do y'all keep making it seem like motherfuckers is going to put us in Jim Crow? Like, that's not about to happen. Hold up. And that does not, just because we're Black doesn't mean that we have to empathize with illegal immigrants getting $350 a week in free housing. That has nothing to do with us being Black. You understand? It's just always complaining being Black with every fucking thing.
It's because they're trying to like have that, I guess, that divide, I guess. But it's like just basic common sense. You should see that that's wrong because they're, no matter how you slice it, they're not taking care of the people in this country. They're spending millions upon millions for wars. They're feeding people who literally did not come here through the proper channels and did not come here legally. That's not right. I don't care if you're Black or not. That's not right.
Yeah, that's really
They get
bad.
business loans before we can. They get housing before we can. They get home loan. Like, no, it's not right.
It's true. It's so fucking true. Like, where the fuck is our 40 acres and a mule?
Right, we should have our own couple states. Like, give us like Texas and a couple other states. Just line us up and leave us be.
They ain't gonna do that because we are really a fucking driving force. And a lot of us already own land. We just don't know. It was stolen from our ancestors. Like, literally, like patents and deeds and shit. But we don't know about it because we don't really do no fucking work because they keep telling us you're from Africa. It's like, bitch, even if you want to believe that, that was damn near 600 years ago. How many generations do you need to be in a country before you're up that land? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So miss me with that shit. In the early 1900s, a lot of our forefathers had bank accounts with the Freedmen's Bank. When that shit collapsed, where did all of that money go? A lot of them own literal beaches and shit. Remember that beach in California that the Black family was able to get back because they didn't.
Yeah.
Then they had to sell it back to the state for whatever reason. I don't know. I guess they didn't really understand what to do with it. But imagine if all of us really, really did dig into our lineage. We literally own this country, low-key. We just don't know it. That's why they keep telling us, you know, you're here and there and giving us all of this other hoopla.
It's, I don't know. I just feel like our whole entire world is just in, like you were saying, sleep mode right now. Like, nobody does the research, nobody reads, nobody does the work, and we all are gonna one way or another suffer for it. But I mean, we still, at the end of the day, we can control our own lives, and we can do what we can to like just stay positive and keep trucking. But it's still just, it just looks it looks crazy. It looks diabolical. It looks devious.
Layla says she coming to the U.S. Girl, you better come and get you this $350 before it run out.
Right? She better. I was like, my grandparents immigrated here at the wrong time. They could have got some free housing and all kinds of stuff. They messed up.
That fucking part, shit. Do we need to leave and come back and with no documents? Like, what is going on?
Right. And then the last thing I'll say is just on the topic of the men putting their size 16s over the line to try to steal our rights. You're right. That's been happening on the Dem side since we can remember. Like, and we as women have kind of played into it being, because we're so accepting, and we got to like really tighten up and put our foot down and fight back against that. Because there's no way in the God's green earth that somebody who comes from a woman can even ever try to say they are better than or deserve more or deserve the rights that women have fought for.
Hello. And we've spoke about that on this channel before. So it's not even like, you know, new, but I'm just like, everybody, I just think that we put all our focus into what we're told to focus on instead of splitting our attention. You know what I mean? Like, there's multiple issues going on here, but we're constantly being fed only one one, narrative.
One
So to
narrative,
speak.
yeah.
And it's like, this is the greatest fucking magic trick. It really is a magic trick.
But that still feeds back into the whole thing where the immigrants are getting all that money. They live in scot free. They live in comfortable, and we got to get out here and scratch and survive. So a lot of us, our head is in the sand, and we're not really looking because we're trying to just keep our head above water. We're just trying to keep the bills paid.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, and that's intentional too.
Yeah, all of it. I feel like all of it it's definitely intentional, and it's definitely certain plans and systems in place for certain reasons. I feel like the biggest one right now is just to keep. I mean, even though we already technically been at the bottom, not really because women are rising, but it's to keep us at the certain people at the bottom.
That's true. Maintain a certain hierarchy.
Yeah.
But I'm just so grateful that we're all like, we could see a little bit better now. We can hear a little bit clearer now.
Yeah. Hopefully everything it doesn't go to hell like they claiming, because I do know all that stuff with the Project 2025. I know you'd say they're not going to take us back to Jim Crow, but I do feel like some of the things that they try to implement will maybe not take us back to Jim Crow, but it is going to try to remove some of the rights we have, especially as Black people.
I gotta look more into Project 2025. I haven't like read it. I don't like, I tried to watch some videos of people talking about it, but it didn't really like tell me clearly, like what was going on. So I'm gonna do some more research on that, and then maybe we could talk about it.
Cool. I think we all should. I think everybody should sit down and read that long, arduous manual, but it won't hurt us to read it.
For real. Or at least I'm gonna try to find a Cliff's Notes version somewhere.
Yeah.
But thank you for calling in.
Thank you for having me. I'm going to run and get back to work.
Okay, well, not you left work to get in on a conversation. That's what the hell I'm talking about.
Yeah, well, I had to go. I had to left my sweatshirt at home, and it's cold.
All right, well, later.
Okay, you have a good night.
You too. Bye. Hey, Lachey. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hey, sorry, I was muted.
Okay, I can hear you. Hey.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. A little under the weather, but we surviving. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm late. I just saw you was on here and I just popped in. I said, "Oh, let me call in." Um so I could share my thoughts with you because I know your last live you was asking about the Biden-Harris administration.
Oh, yes.
And you had some really great points. I love your spirit on it's like activists. It reminds me of an activist.
Oh, thank
And
you.
what our people deserve. You're welcome, and what we should be getting. And it's so true. And how they should be doing more for us. Because, like this was our land and whatnot. But it's sad because in reality, no matter who it is that gets in office, they have to go about helping us a certain way. They can't just pass things to specifically help just Black people. They're not going to let them do that. It probably will be like a risk and a threat to their life if they even attempted to try to do something specifically for Blacks. So you will hear them say, "Oh, they'll name all these programs that the Democratic Party will." They say, we're helping them in ways that, and unfortunately, is middle and lower class income households that it can trickle down to and help. For instance, when they do tax credits for people with kids, and they increase that, and how she was trying to give $6,000 to new parents and first time home buyers, and the grants where you get $25,000. Like right now in my state, you can get 10, and then you can get 20 in the cities. And then she was trying to make it, but that's Democratic. We have a Democratic governor. So she really started fighting for us once we had the House and the Senate. That's how, when the Democrats have the House and the Senate, they'll pass things like that where it increases money and grants and programs for businesses or home loans, child care. Like our Governor Whitmer, she passed so many things. Like you get so much money if you're taking care of caregiving for a person. You're getting a lot of thousands a year. Child care, you're getting money back. she just was fighting, fighting, fighting. And I'm like, wow, she's passing stuff, making all the schools feed the kids breakfast, lunch. You know, they just kept doing it, but she's Democratic Party. And then once we got the House and the Senate, that's how they can pass those things. But once we lose the House and the Senate, and it seems like every time, like when Obama got in, he had it, then he lost it the second term. Biden, he had it, then he lost it. What's her name?
Amberella,
Nancy.
specifically for Asians and Hispanics. That's so messed up. Hello?
Yeah, and then they won't let them do that. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
I don't know what's.
Yeah, they won't let that do. Yeah, it's like my picture not popping up. It's crazy.
I know. I'm
Can
like,
you hear me now?
I can hear you. Uh-huh.
Okay. So like they yeah, that's crazy. And I noticed that, but they won't, like it's like they're told like they're not going to be able to do that, or they're aware, so they'll try to do it another way. You even had, like, remember when they had Black Lives Matter, and that was really, really a thing. I would hear a lot of other people of other ethnicities say, well, what about our race and what about our it's like, well, y'all not being attacked like we are. So it's always, oh no, no, no. They always trying to come against that when it comes to our people. But yeah, in politics, like they have to do it a certain way, like give to the Black colleges or increase and come out with all of these grants and things like that, because they're just not going to let them. Now the Republicans, Biden administration, how they took away the student loans, he had to fight to do that, and he reversed a lot of people's student debt. Now that affected all ethnicities and backgrounds, but it did help a lot of people because it's a nice monthly bill. People paying like 80. I was paying like 80 something at one point. It depends on your income, but it's nice. It's a nice bill. It could be hundreds a month. So it's like that was helpful. But the Republican Party, they was voting against that stuff. And they call them handouts. And it's like people are lower class, and middle class is like feels like lower class now because everything is just so high. But and it's been that way for a long time. But yeah, that's what they do. They pass those things to try to help that way. But when it comes to Republican parties, a lot of times some administrations will have tax breaks for the rich, and it's not really, they don't like when she said in a debate what they did with the student loans, like President Trump, he like his eyes bucked and got big. Like that's a problem for you. That's a problem. But yeah, any type, they don't know. I know JD Vance, he voted against something. Like in our state, they was trying to get the monthly child tax credit every month for 6 months, where you just got $600 extra a month to help feed your kids. So they was trying to pass that again, and Biden was trying to do that, and they said no, it didn't go through. It might have went through the Senate, didn't go through the House, I don't know, maybe both, but they be trying. They could do a little bit more, but that's just some of the things I noticed that they do that the other party does not do.
Okay.
But some people it don't affect them. Some people don't have kids, they don't have houses, they're not trying to get a home, so they don't really see the benefit, or they may make over a certain amount.
I think it's a lot of
And
different. And it's also weird because you said that your governor was fighting for those things, So I think like a lot of people on a state, a local level, like someone said in the chat. And that's what I was saying. That was my whole point when it came to everybody saying women's rights and, terminations and all that. It's the same thing. It's literally state by state. Because I don't know, every state has the same grants, opportunities, It's just crazy. We're going to see what happens.
Yeah. I when she was fighting for that 25,000 first time home buyer loan, I said, oh, that's great. But it has to go through the House and the Senate. So that's why like so many people will be like, we got to get the House and the Senate because democratically, because they call that stuff handouts. They don't like to give grant, and it really helps lower income and middle. And a lot of people I knew got their home for the first time. Was benefiting well off them child tax credits, especially if they had like 3, 4 kids. If you didn't make over 250 to 400,000, you got that. And I know when COVID happened, Nancy Pelosi, she was fighting, and she made sure unemployment benefits, because people were getting laid off or not work. Unemployment was like double the payments, and it lasted a really long time. Because I
Yeah.
remember being laid off, and I was like, "This is a lot." Like
It was like
they try,
right?
huh?
I said I think it was like an extra $600 added on.
It was,
Yeah.
yeah. They try, but I get where you coming from, and I wish it could be like that. But it's always good to suggest things, because you never know what if the president, no matter who's in office, we got to pray for whoever's up in there. And I pray that some of the stuff in Project 2025, Trump has said that he wasn't a part of that, but by being some people on his team or campaign or whatever, a part of writing it, a lot of people were like, no, it is. He's just saying it isn't. It's scary. Like veterans not getting checks anymore. It's a lot. I haven't even had time to read it, but that'd be nice if you was to go over it. I
Yeah.
seen where somebody else posted it. You probably can find stuff like that, because I was reading some of it online and I pulled it up, and it's long. It's but a lot of the things were scary, and like that abortion, like that how they trying to control women's reproductive. The thing about that is it's even trying to control the way OBGYNs practice, because it's considered that when the mother's life is in danger and they have no choice but to take the baby for bleeding. So that's when they was saying a couple women was passing away if your state, our state don't have that, because we got a Democratic governor. But yeah, if your state passed that, that's sad. But I think that's part of Project 2025. It's a lot of things in there, but I'm praying that stuff don't come true. I'm like, hey, Trump, now you said this, you wasn't part of this.
But that's already existing. Like if that's in Project 2025, it seems like a lot of shit we already living through is in that. I gotta look into it myself.
Yeah, I didn't even think that would be possible. I'm like, how does they control? Like some of the stuff in there is like really ridiculous, and they're kind of trying to control people's decisions to live their life a certain way. And the LGBT, it's a lot of things in there where I'm like, whoa, this is not cool. So yeah, that'd be a good show.
Okay, well, thank you for calling in. It's nice to hear from
You're
you.
welcome.
How you been?
I've been doing good, hanging in there, busy. Yeah, but I'll be checking in, trying to keep up with y'all.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm proud of you. Keep on doing your thing over here.
Yes, period. We in the building. Have a good night,
Yes.
okay?
Okay, you too.
Okay, later.
Okay, bye-bye.
We done been up here for 2 hours and 37 minutes, but this has been a really good show. So I'm not even mad, and I ain't doing shit else, chill. I'm not going nowhere. I'm just in the house talking to you all, and it seems like y'all like this. So should we do more shows like a little similar to this? Can't judge no woman should prostitute. What? Yes, indeed, it has been at me to do this more often. Yeah, we will. We will talk about. I'll just be nervous because but this is not really like the elections is over, so we don't have to. It's no longer who you voting for. Are you a Trump supporter? Like that's no longer the thing, and that's so tricky because people get so offensive when you talk about stuff like who you voting for. It doesn't fucking matter. He won. It is what it is. But a lot of the things that we're experiencing in this country, things that's happening, we don't talk about this at all. Like, I swear to God, I did not know how much money illegal immigrants were getting. I don't really know much about what's going on at the border. I just hear everybody saying it's wide open. Like, Chrissy came and told me that they're not even doing DNA testing. So if you cross over the border with a random child that you kidnapped, they letting you in the fucking country. It's crazy. It is crazy. Yeah, it is. This part. Yeah, and I don't want to alienate any of my subscribers. That's why I'll just be like, for me to I don't know. I just think that everybody is entitled to their own opinions, but it's okay. If your opinion is not like the masses, then people ostracize you for it. They tell you that you're wrong. They look at you crazy. I saw people saying that they're no longer friends and family with certain people because they voted for Trump. And I'm like, that is absolutely fucking ridiculous. So you're going to discontinue friendships and disown family members because of who they voted for? They're like, yeah, because it has a lot to do with your political standing and your morale and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, so y'all don't, each party is responsible for fuckery in one degree or another. You're just so used to things. You're just so used to eating shit that has a little bit of sugar on it. That's what it is. That you can't see that it's shit because it's sprinkled with sugar. I saw a video of a girl breaking up with her boyfriend because he voted for Trump. Families have definitely fell apart because of this election. It's so sad. I have a short version of Project 20. Oh, you can email me, baby. It's let me write my email in here. A generation that never been spanked. Undocumented immigrants don't receive money from the government. Don't believe everything you hear. Please research. Okay. Okay. I don't believe what you just said, Sylvie, but all right. Some people cave for politics. I want no parts, never that serious. And people need to study the history of the Dems and Republicans. Dems used to be Republican. Yeah, this is true. Black people definitely were Republicans years ago. I agree to disagree respectfully. Move on. It's never hard, no hard feelings, because everyone's not going to share with your views. I forgot to mention that debit card amount for the immigrants was a bit much when people are here struggling. I get helping them out some, but they were helped a lot. Yeah, that part, $1,400 a month is that's a lot. Oh, I wanted to show you this other video with some people that came here illegally that voted for Trump. Before we get out of here, let me show y'all this. What money specifically do they get? Sylvie, are you an illegal immigrant? Latino family that voted for Trump believes their immigrant relatives won't be deported because they're not breaking any laws. The people that are coming here are the criminals, the ones who did something bad in their country. Coming into a country illegally is illegal.
Yo and Mireya Alvarez found the American dream in Las Vegas.
Would you like some coffee?
They came to the U.S. from Mexico and Guatemala in the 80s. With his job in a supermarket and her job in a casino, they bought a house and raised 3 children. Now they wonder if their kids and grandkids will inherit that dream. Is it still possible to do that for the younger generation?
That's my main concern right now. What's going to happen to our new generation? Nowadays, they're not even able to move out of their houses anymore because everything is so expensive.
Life wasn't expensive as it is right now.
First PlayStation. We first met Mario back in February when he was seriously considering a vote for Donald Trump. He was undecided with previous votes for George W. Bush, Obama, Hillary Clinton, and Biden. At the last minute, he broke for Kamala Harris. But today, he's not upset about the results.
I'm kind of like more happy than upset. Why? Because Donald Trump is going to help the country with the economy.
The whole household is happy. Mireya and their 29-year-old son, Mario Jr., did vote for Trump.
Initially, I will say I did not agree with him. And then I started seeing that he was not afraid to speak his mind. And I noticed that he was not scared to say what he felt, regardless of what people would say. And I think I respect that about him.
So you liked his kind of brashness, his personality?
Yeah, I would say yes.
They're not alone. Across the country, Donald Trump made huge inroads with Latino voters. According to NBC exit polls, 55% of Latino men nationwide voted for Trump, a 19-point jump from 2020. Among Latina women like Mireya, an 8-point gain. And while Vice President Harris won a slight majority of the Latino vote overall, Trump increased his support 14 points from the last election. The top issue among Latino voters, like it is for the Alvarez family, the economy, with immigration a distant fourth. Mario and Mireya both crossed the border illegally as teenagers, but became citizens under President Ronald Reagan's amnesty. They see themselves as different from migrants crossing the border today. In what way do you think they're different?
The people that are coming here are the criminals. You know, the ones that did something bad in their country, they're running away from their law.
Despite having close family members who are undocumented.
Are they delusional talking about the people who come here are criminals? Girl, y'all are running from y'all country for one reason or the other, and you are entering into a country illegally. You're also a criminal because that's illegal.
They don't believe they'll end up in Trump's crosshairs. When you hear Trump promise mass deportations, do you worry about them?
Yes and no, because the ones that I know, they're doing good. They're not breaking any laws.
I believe he's going to start deporting all the bad people.
Trump won over the Alvarez family and many like them. Whether the economy improves and who exactly he chooses to deport may determine if he keeps them.
My family is Latino and a lot of them are immigrants. But at the end of the day, we're American.
Mario and Mireya Alvarez found the American.
What the hell is going on? Oh, let me play this again for the woman that asked what.
That the city will no longer issue vouchers to migrants to pay for food, ending a controversial program that had repeatedly come under attack by conservatives and others.
This pilot program in New York City, drenched in both humanity and controversy, distributed debit cards to migrant families staying in city-funded hotels and allowing them to buy their own food. Eyewitness News reporter Josh Einiger following the breaking news for us. Josh?
Bill, it's a program that, as you say, generated plenty of controversy, but now its absence may raise even more questions. The so-called Immediate Response Cards pilot program was designed to help feed migrant families who'd found themselves in New York with no way to afford food. The one-year contract provided what the city described as culturally relevant food to 2,600 migrant families, allowing them to basically buy what they wanted. A family of four with two kids under 5 got about $350 per week to cover food in a program the city said would actually save taxpayers millions a year. It also reduced food waste. You may remember the food the city had been providing in migrant shelters was seen as not culturally sensitive to the needs of some migrant groups, and it ended up just going to waste. For more than a year, the city was groaning under the weight of more than 200,000 asylum seekers. Officials say the migrant population has actually reduced lately. In fact, a massive shelter on Roosevelt Island is in the process of closing. In the meantime, Mayor Adams spoke on the phone yesterday with President-elect Donald Trump, who had vowed during his
Following Trump's election victory, New York City mayor announced he's ending food vouchers for illegals. Migrants will no longer receive $350 a week for their food and baby supplies. This is on the news, so don't tell me how to use my platform. Take it up with the breaking news, ABC 7 Channel News. Sylvie, maybe you could write them. You can email them or write them write them a message saying that what they're reporting isn't correct, because I'm getting this from the news. I didn't make this up. If you want, I can send you an email, but ensure very few people coming across the border are considered asylum seekers. Tomato, boo. At the end of the day, if you're not legally a U.S. citizen, then you're undocumented, which you're an illegal immigrant. It is what it is.
His campaign to mass deport migrants. Aside from congratulating him on his win, though, Adams today would not say what they discussed.
Babe, I'm not perpetuating anything. I'm literally playing something that was on the news. So you mean that ABC Channel 7 is perpetuating lies? That's what I'm saying. You should email the news, not me.
That the city will no longer issue vouchers to migrants to pay for food, ending a controversial program that had repeatedly come under attack by conservatives and others.
This pilot program in New York City, drenched in both humanity and controversy.
So I think maybe you should email the news because they're spreading false information. They trying to ban you? Yeah, because you're just trying to be argumentative. You who's always talking about conspiracy theories. I'm not always talking about conspiracy theories. Who the fuck even are you? I do not always talk about conspiracy theories. Now I know you just sitting up here lying. You're a lie and a scam. Because I do not always sit up here and talk about conspiracy theories. I talk about dating. We talk about things that are trending. We talk about pop culture. Stop lying. You're getting up here lying. You said you're an immigration lawyer. So I think that you create a platform so that you can educate the people on your views and things that you know to be true. I think that would serve you right. I think you should create a platform, Sylvie. You should absolutely create a platform and or hit the link. No, don't hit the link because I'm not in the mood for you. But you should create a platform so that you could talk about the things that are near and dear to your heart. I think you should. I definitely think you should. Exactly, it's stuff that's out there. Even other undocumented people in New York are snitching and complaining about illegal gangs. Yeah. LJ talks about multiple. Yeah, I don't sit up here and talk about conspiracy theories all day. Now I know you lying. You probably never even came over here before. With pleasure. Yeah, make your own platform. I think you should make your own platform. Okay, let's see this. Let's read this. I'm just trying to do a Google search. New York City ends taxpayer-funded prepaid debit card program for illegal immigrants. The Immediate Response Cards pilot program provided asylum-seeking migrants with up to $350 per week. So this is literally they're using illegal immigrants and asylum-seeking interchangeably, meaning that it's basically the same motherfucking thing. Because if you're asylum-seeking, that means you're an illegal, you're an undocumented person. You all just don't like the way certain terms sound. And Sylvie, it's just leading me to believe that you probably are an immigrant or like you come from immigrants and this is maybe making you uncomfortable, and that's okay.
Hyundai Santa Cruz versus Honda Ridgeline. Look what Santa Cruz had.
Wait, I don't know if this is this a video about trying to see what's going on.
Tomorrow, Donald Trump takes Manhattan, the former president headlining Madison Square Garden as he spreads his message to voters in deep blue strongholds. Now, part of that message will now. Vicky, how important is illegal immigration to the city? I mean, if you walk outside, you're seeing it.
Oh, yeah. It's all over. This is huge. Will it change people's minds? I think it will this go around. The fact that Trump is coming to the Garden is tremendous. It's going to be packed. It's exciting. But this illegal immigration, as we're calling it, this invasion onto our city of over 200,000 migrants, be they black, white, blue, green, it doesn't really matter. families, no families. The fact is that we have turned New York City into a third world country.
Yeah, this used to be a tourist city. A lot of these hotels, Vicky, are being taken up by illegal migrants. Now, this is being paid for by the city, also federal dollars. It's also raising the costs of rooms because there's a scarcity of rooms because so many rooms are being taken up. You've famously said, hey, people are getting there are certain people who want this to happen because they're getting rich from it in the city.
Oh, absolutely. You know, you have your private hotel. Let's be clear. There's 150 hotels right now in Manhattan that are being taken over by the illegals. Now we come out into the outer boroughs. People who own these places as self, they own it themselves privately. Now, in my district, my one hotel that has migrants in it made these people millionaires.
Yeah.
So they're making $3 million now a year, $300,000 a month to house illegals. So yes, it's an industry. They do not want this to end. No.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, listen, we talked about these hotels. I actually went outside this past week, went outside of a hotel and engaged with some of these illegal migrants to kind of get an idea of how they got here, what's their experience been inside of the hotel, and also what kind of services they're getting. I want you to hear what this man told me.
¿Y qué clase de ayuda ofrecen para tu hijo?
Pues mi hijo hoy especialmente estudia un daycare como un cuidado diario.
¿A cuántas horas va el daycare?
No, aquí mismo en Dem0nic, por bajo Manhattan, como 7 estaciones en el tren.
¿Y él va?
Sí, hoy no fue porque comenzó con un poco de tos, pero nosotros regularmente él siempre va de lunes a viernes ahí.
¿Cuántas horas? ¿Por la mañana?
Sí, por la mañana de 8 hasta las 4 de la tarde.
¿Y la mayoría de los niños que están en ese daycare son del hotel o son inmigrantes? ¿Cómo es?
Pues hay personas que son migrantes y también hay de aquí nacionales y hay también de otros países. Son diversos tipos de personas de diferentes nacionalidades y diferentes estatus migratorios.
Sí, qué interesante.
Okay, I'm gonna check it out.
So that's a service I didn't know was being offered. I knew they were getting food, they were getting housing.
They're getting free child care for their children. Did y'all read what he was saying? Do y'all know how expensive child care is? I don't have children, but I know people with toddlers, and they're spending over $1,000 monthly for daycare services for their children, and they're getting free child care services. And I got you, boo. I saw you say that it was in my email.
He's telling me that he's staying at the hotel with his wife and his son. His wife works at a restaurant, he told me, and he said that his child goes to a daycare. I don't know if it's a preschool or a daycare. He said daycare for 8 hours a day.
Yes.
I mean, how many New Yorkers are struggling to pay for daycare?
I was going to say, look, we have families, middle-class families, double incomes. Some of the incomes, one entire paycheck pays for daycare.
Yeah.
That's what we have right now. This is a tax burden on the city of New York, as we know. We're talking about this now for 2 years. What a lot of people maybe still don't understand is everything they need, they get for free.
Yeah.
Everything.
Vicky, what's interesting to me is if you run a charity, generally you want to brag about all the things that you're doing for your clients.
Right.
In this case, the state and the federal government is not being very transparent of exactly what services they're offering, because I don't think that Americans would be down with this. So that was really interesting. Vicky, I really appreciate you staying on this and all the information you've given us.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
New York City is ending a program that provided prepaid debit cards to migrant families living in the sanctuary city. In a statement obtained by Fox 5 New York, Adams announced the end of the Immediate Response Cards pilot program. Through the Immediate Response Cards pilot program, we are able to reduce food waste, redirect millions of dollars to our local economy, and provide more culturally relevant food to more than 2,600 migrant families in our care, Adams said. As we move towards more competitive contracting for asylum seeker programs, we have chosen not to renew the emergency contract for this pilot program once the one-year term cycle concludes. New York City officials began giving out prepaid debit cards to migrant families residing in the Big Apple earlier this year. The prepaid cards, the first of which were distributed in March,
as part of the city's immediate response cards, IRC program, are meant to be used only to purchase essential items like food. The mayor's office previously said access to the program is limited to those in a separate program that provides 4 weeks hotel stays for family with children and families expecting children. Allowances for illegal immigrants residing in the city are distributed on a weekly basis until the end of their 4-week hotel stay. The families of 4 with 2 children under the age of 5 receiving up to nearly $350 each week. Officials said the program would save the city about $600,000 per month and $7.2 million per year. The city, which has been overwhelmed by more than 200,000 migrant arrivals since 2022, has been providing settlement options for migrants since that time last year. Last year, it opened a reticketing center to offer one-way plane tickets to migrants. Last month, Fox News confirmed that 4,500 migrants have been sent back to Texas using bus or plane tickets purchased by the city, which were first reported by Bloomberg News. According to Mayor Eric Adams' office, the top 5 destinations for migrants leaving the Big Apple are Texas, Illinois, Florida, New York State, and Colorado. In total, they have issued more than 47,000 tickets, and roughly 4,500 have gone to Texas. It is not clear how many of those migrants had come from buses that sent to New York from Texas. Texas Governor Greg Abbott began busing migrants to New York City and other sanctuary cities in 2022 in what he said was an effort to relieve pressure on the overwhelmed border communities. Abbott said he chose sanctuary cities that limit cooperation with the federal immigration enforcement because he said they encourage the crisis. Now, where am I making up a lie at? Did I make this up, or did we just read that this was a statement by the New York governor, the New York mayor? So that person that came in here and said I was perpetuating lies and conspiracy theories, like, what did I lie about? I didn't lie about that. They actually did have a program called a pilot program where they were giving out prepaid these debit cards, and they were loading them up with $350 monthly for people. If you are seeking asylum, you're not a legal citizen here, period. No matter which way you want to turn a key. It might not sound pretty to call a person an illegal immigrant, but that's the same thing as an asylum seeker. You are fleeing wherever you're from, and you are here without legal American citizenship. Black people have been given a lot over 60 years and tired of giving it to you. Gave us Section 8 food stamps and PPP. 7 up the goals, shut the fuck up. We poured into the country. We deserve some free shit, and we still work no matter if we get in any type of government assistance. The Uish community gets government assistance. Everybody gets government assistance. The largest recipients of government assistance is not Black people, baby. It's the clear folk, okay? It's white women, if you really want to fucking get funky. Those are the people that are receiving the most EBT, okay? So shut up. You up here trying to be funny, talking about, oh, y'all tired of it. Like, shut the fuck up. First of all, we're leading in the workforce. Black women are leading in the workforce. Black women are more employed than you Black niggas, period. We opening up more homes. We making more money. We're more educated than you all. So shut the fuck up. Don't come up in here with that shit. I let you talk your shit for too long. Now you're getting on my fucking nerves, okay? You're getting on my nerves. USA government, we're in debt, but you get a check, you get a check, you get a check. That's hilarious. And I wouldn't give a fuck. Yes, I deserve a free check, and I deserve some motherfucking benefits, because guess what? My ancestors built this fucking country. Our land was stolen, and money was stolen from all of those freedmen banks that was closed down. They owe us. You talking about, you trying to make it seem like people lazy and want to hand out from the government. The most lazy motherfuckers is the motherfuckers that sat back and had free labor from fucking people and that built the fucking country and helped them to pour into their own families and have old money when they didn't physically do any labor to gain it. They stole it, period. I don't want to hear that shit. Oh, of course, Lachey. Yeah. Our ancestors built this country. My mom instilled this into me from little with receipts. Exactly. Like, oh, you getting free benefits. Keep it coming, bitch. Keep it fucking coming. He sounds like Lil Boosie. Bad bitch song. He bragged they let him camp with the stamps while she paid her own bills. He was a leech living off the bad beaches then. When Trump gets back in office, I hope we get more money. Norris, we're going to see how this goes. This is why they don't want Black history in schools. I have to give 7 years of my life away to the military to get benefits. Child, my ancestors worked roots. Period. 29.6. Yes, we almost to 30K. I'm so excited. I'm so fucking excited. I really, truly am. So only the Black work for free. Where the heck do they do that at? Our bones are tired and we need our money now. Period. I'm going to be fine. That part. We're all going to be okay. That's the thing. It's all about a mindset. Like, we're going to be good. And, you know, at the end of the day, I'm excited for what's to come. We just going to, you know, keep doing us. Period. Wish JG Wentworth. It's my money and I need it now. I'm still stuck on a free child care. Monica, it's crazy. It really is. It's something else. Child, we've been moved quicker than they can get us. That part, the illegals are even getting flued in. That part I hear but can't confirm. See, it's not about race, it's about paying us our just dues. That part. I mean, we just got to continue to work, like, you know, and build and commune and actually have these types of conversations, because we really don't ever really have these conversations. And if you ever notice, like, we're very, very afraid of talking politics and religion. And those are probably the main things that we should actually be talking about. Maybe the main things that we should be talking about. No, we don't need a handouts. We need a real conversation with them. If they're going to treat the government like a corporation, we need a stake in that corporation that gains interest. You know, I think Black men needs to do something and step up to the plate and stop being afraid of clear men. You saying the Dems are like our daddies. Clear men are like y'all's daddies, period. Y'all bow down to them. Maybe y'all should really get together to create you all a government so that you could run some shit. And then we won't even be in this predicament if y'all would step up to the plate. I practice hoodoo, baby. I don't do religion, period. Who plus paying for all of this importing and exporting to people? Period. They getting free plane tickets. They got it going on, child. I'm over here with no babysitting. They getting free child care. Definitely a mindset. For instance, I love Jones' profile name. It doesn't degrade her image or intent for her ideas and gifts of thought she shares as content and subjects needs to be discussed. The Black man only wants sour milk and no washcloth bag. What? We tired of the handouts. We want a new voice and a real conversation about what we want. How about you stop asking for anything and create your own shit, period. Be men. Pick up your nuts. Create your own shit. I know Trump isn't going to send U.S. money to another country. That part too, Norris. That part too. This is about to get real funny out here, because I highly think he's gonna be sending a bunch of resources to to fund other people's wars now, child. 20 million illegal immigrants are all seeking asylum, whatever. Hello, because they want the title of power, but not really putting in the work. Ooh. Online, though, is the issues when discussing these things with unseen eyes watching. Why do they need childcare if the parents aren't working citizens? Child. Maybe it's under the guise that they're trying to go out and find work. I really don't know. You should have seen it. It's a big joke. Earlier this year, different states were shuttling immigrants to each other. I've seen that. They're going from state to state. These niggas will do anything, nothing to go against their daddy. They are comfortable in complacency. Hello. They think they slick too, coming here and getting pregnant, then using the babies as leverage and sympathy for pardons. Ooh, I guess looking for a job means there's no time to watch kids. Child, I don't ask for nothing because I don't want nothing, them holding nothing over my head. I feel you. Yeah, I mean 2025 is shit. Get rich or motherfucking die trying. That's it. Like, ain't no other way but to do it. That's why I'm building my platform. I'm gonna get, like, my business, everything is booming. We booming it, period. Everybody just need to get their own eggs in the basket. Black men only step up to fight us on everything. Girl, you better talk that shit. Florida wasn't having it. They said, heck no. I picked up some immigrants from the courthouse. They told me they were being flown out to Detroit from Denver. Wow. Time for y'all to support black men. The beef is over. Black men and women need to come together. Baby, we've been supporting y'all. We literally, y'all parole to our houses when y'all get out the penitentiary. We send y'all care packages while y'all are in the penitentiary. And when y'all get gunned down in the street, we march for y'all on the front lines. We take care of your children when you leave. We teach you. We nurture you. We grow you. We help you. We write your resumes. We fill out job applications for you. Shit, some of us is even paying off y'all motherfucking student loan debt. We're signing up to put y'all's cars in our names. We helping y'all to get a line of credit. Black women have been helping black men since the fucking beginning of time and getting absolutely nothing in return, but told that we're too masculine and that, you know, we're the worst of the worst when it comes to women. All we do is help y'all. We help every fucking body. Y'all need to step up to the fucking plate. Exactly, guys and noise. So when will men step up? It's exhausting. It's sassy at this point. In some places, it was rumored that people would be forced to house immigrants since there were too many. What? The immigrants need to take their issues up with whoever is in power where they from. That's true. Time for us to support y'all niggas, please. We're the main ones at the protesters fighting for y'all. Hey, thank you, Princess K. Because what? Black women historically have supported black men. It needs to be reciprocal now. That part. Booyah. Yep, you have to pay to play, and I don't play with demons. Ooh. When good people getting ignored due to marketing schemes and clever distractions that nobody wants, but we multitask, so it's crazy. Child, this is a very interesting conversation. We've been up here for 3 hours. I can't believe it. I did not plan on being up here for this long. I did not plan to be up here for this long. Wow. This is crazy. Wow, wow, wow. Child, black men be the baby daddy of Consuela. Oh, oh my God, Jesus Christ. This is crazy, y'all. I can't believe he said black women need to help black men. All we do is help them. And they shit on us. Not all, not all, not all, but like for real. We help them all, or that's all we do. Wow, I guess I never realized how racist people really still are. Don't come in here with that bullshit. Ain't nobody up in here racist. Nobody up in here is racist. Don't start. I know married couples that are struggling. They be out here breeding their oppressor. Ooh, someone needs to need the beef. Jay-Z and Beyonce finessing y'all with them songs. Huh? I'm over here with no car and they riding around in better cars than Americans. Helping a black man is nuts. Got to know it. Oh my God. I love the fact that non-black women are the new face for ride or die. This is so interesting. Black men on a self-deletion mission. Ooh, I literally heard a podcast where some black women were bashing us. They said the only way for things to be better is for black women to unalive. This is the stuff I'm talking about. I have tried to understand. I'm tired. What? That's crazy. It would be nice to see black men and women come together, but half of the men are toxic and damage goods from past trauma, substances, or prison time. Unfortunate but true. It is true. And the thing is, in real life, we really do help them a lot. We take care of them. That's why I get online and I scream as much as I do, because we live in the real world. And in the real world, a lot of Black men cannot even afford to take care of us and for all of us to be gold diggers as a collective, the way that they make it seem. We're literally a team. And lots of times on the team, the woman is doing the majority of the work. Black men are bashing us. That's what I meant. I know. I feel you. It's crazy. Child, Black women ain't with Black women going, ain't nobody gonna make it. Ooh. Support us publicly, not privately, because y'all, I see on Black media or social media is beef. We support y'all. Do you not see how many mammies and pick-me-shas are out there? And y'all started bashing us first. That's the only reason why. If you see a Black woman saying anything in regards to how we get treated by Black men, it's reactionary. We didn't just come out here with this shit. It's a reaction to all of the hate that we get from y'all publicly. Like, how could you do what you do and be so treasonous towards us publicly and then say, oh, y'all need to support us publicly while we continue to bash y'all and say y'all at the bottom of the totem pole? Like, what? Always bashing us, that part. All right, y'all, I'm out of here. This has been long as hell. I love y'all so much. Thank you for joining me tonight. This has been really good. I'm done bashing women, races, and people with different religious beliefs. That's good. I love that for you. This has been a great, great live. Very, very, very entertaining and very interesting. And there will be more to come. And I see a lot of y'all stayed in here through this whole thing, which is interesting. Black women have stood beside Black men. No one has been broken by. Ooh. Oh my God, girl. Yes, I can't read the rest of that, but that part. They sure keep us in their mouths. It's because they want to beat us. On the team, the Black women is the coach, right? In the right and offensive lineman, and these niggas still can't seem to run the ball. Ooh, yeah. Oh my God. I have the nerve to say we need to help them. That's all we've been doing. We need to burn the cape. Maybe then they'll step up to the plate. But I will see you all. I can't even say mañana because we're technically into Sunday now. I've enjoyed spending my day making content for you all. We done had dinner together. We done been shopping. We're doing it all together. And we're gonna keep going. I'm very, very excited for all that's to come. We're gonna keep growing. The numbers are going up. I'm so thankful and grateful. And I'm just proud of how this platform is growing. And I'm proud of the trajectory of where we can go. And yeah, we in the building. So I love you all. I'll see y'all later. Show up as her, be heard. Don't let nobody play in your face. The world is a stage. You are at the center of it. Life is a movie and you're starring in this bitch. Main character energy all day. What you said? If there was supposed, we wouldn't be voting for two different parties. Huh? We're not talking physical support. We're talking about learning to let us lead. Let y'all lead us. Where you going to lead us to, sir? Where are you going to lead us to? Let y'all lead us to where? I just need to know before I get out of here. Where are y'all going to lead us to? Thank you, Lachey. Where are y'all going to lead us to? Where are we going? Where are we going? Where are you going to lead us to? Good night. Yeah, because you don't have anywhere to go. You're talking about leading, but I asked you lead us where? And I'm genuinely asking you a question. I really want to know, like, where do you want to lead us to? Like, I want to know where are you going to take us? Where are we going to go? What are you trying to build? Like, What is it that you want to lead us to? It just sounds good, but a lot of you all don't really want to be leaders. You want to be led. And it goes to show that that's true based on the dynamics in our community. The Black community is a matriarch. It's not a true patriarch. It's just not. All right. Spread love is the Brooklyn way. Not homelessness. I cannot, guys. Oh my God. What? Oh my God. I can't. All right. I'm out. Good night. Lead us to the promised land. What's the promised land? What's the promised land? See, you don't even really have anywhere to lead to. You don't have a plan. Like, y'all just be saying anything because it sounds good, I guess. But okay. Like I said, once again, Spread love is the Brooklyn way.